What's poppin', people? Welcome back to the Misplay for Game podcast. As always, I'm your senior yapologist, Andrew or Elixir.
Happy New Year, Digidestined. Worlds is over and the calendar starts in March. I'm your friend, the TommyNT. How you doing?
Hi guys, it's me, TommyNT. I don't have a good bit for this part. Hootie sure is a dead deck, am I right?
Hey guys, Moment here. I make YouTube videos like once a year.
A guy from the internet.
Yeah, we got esports royalty, and all it took was killing Marcio.
True.
He's too busy topping Vanguard. What a traitor. He should only ever be playing Digimon, am I right, guys?
Yeah, I hadn't even thought about how we could weaponize this. This is so funny. If you're watching this live right now as the show is going on, Marcio is doubtlessly getting ready for bracket day tomorrow. So if you all tweet at KBeeDS, he'll think that's so funny and you won't get blocked, I promise you. Promise.
Nothing could go wrong.
It'll be so cool.
Also, Terry is still in the YCS.
Yeah, he's X2 for UK Open, which is crazy. Card games are sick this year, y'all. Maybe I gotta go out to a Pokemon event, try and win $5,000. But anyway, who needs Pokemon? This is a Digimon show.
I'm broke.
True facts. Moment, thanks for being here, bro. We appreciate you.
Oh, absolutely. I've been wanting to be on the show ever since I heard you guys spewing terrible takes, and I needed to do something about it.
Yes, sir. By do something about it, you mean contribute, right? Like, just all the takes you know that you can't take to your YouTube channel, give them to us.
Yeah, exactly.
Listen, I've heard all the bad takes you're making. I want to help.
I like to think of Misplay as kind of like a landfill for tweets that you couldn't think that wouldn't bang hard enough to post. So it's like when somebody's like, man, they should put a Pokemon to 1 again just to see what would happen. Or sorry, to 2. Then that's a Misplay grade take. You know what I mean? Stuff that you would never tell anyone in earnest. But people here, they mean it. But yeah, sorry, we're talking about bad takes. Like, this is just a dude who is known for having good ones. This is actually a very good Digimon player if people aren't tapped in. Moment is a multiple-time North American representative for international competition. Basically pioneered half of the purple decks you've played in the last 3 years, and shows up at like a specter in every behind-the-scenes East tweet picture of all the Digimon players at Worlds.
Oh, yeah.
So this is super cool to have him on because this is one of those guys where it's like, oh, somebody's playing an actual deck. Finally, we can talk about this.
I appreciate all the glaze. I don't know how accurate most of it is, but
I can attest.
Nothing for now.
When we were playing the first when Meggy came out, me and Jambo basically looked at your list and thought, what we just copy Moment's list.
I remember I remember seeing your list, and I was like, Jambo, why does his list look exactly like mine?
Yeah, that's why.
Man, that is not a discreet experience.
Jambo. Yeah, you test against Jambo one day, and you're like, Jambo, is this another Moment list? And he's like, I'll never tell.
That's where the leaks have been happening.
Yeah. It's a sinking ship, and he is the rat chewing through the wood.
That's
the homie, though.
It's the trade-off. It's like, I will give you this 50. You, like a fucking AI simulation, is gonna do 5,000 games in 20 minutes, but he may leak your list.
Yeah, you get to outsource it to someone to practice for you. The downside is he can never stop talking.
The Dutch Mafia are still after Jambo to this day.
Yeah, they're getting.
I'm not even kidding. I just got a DM from Jambo. Hey, while we're at it, chat, it's at Jambo TCG on X, the Everything app. You can go there and say hello because Jambo got accepted for a new position at a law firm. So that's pretty cool for Jambo. So give Jambo some love in the chat if you've enjoyed watching him get mad on the internet.
Yeah, next time he leaks your list, you'll be like, Jambo, why'd you leak my list? And he's gonna give you a C&D. It's like, technically your list was public.
I can argue with me if he works for a lawyer, bro.
Yeah. No, that's the homie. So Moment glaze aside, this is a big event because Worlds finished this last weekend. We had Banlist. We got lots to talk about. We have the competitive schedule for 2026, 2027 Digimon seasons. I got a little bit of Shambhala hype that I can get needlessly excited over and talk about VPETs for 10 minutes. You guys it's the once per episode special. And then we're gonna get into the dooming because the Banlist is not for everybody today. But that's okay. That's part of the fun of card games. Anyway, fellas, how did we all enjoy the World Championships? Moment, do you want to go first, or do you want us to talk about it like from the nobody's at home, or
I'm
would you
curious
like to go?
yeah, I feel like I have a lot to yap about, so I'm curious to hear y'all's perspectives first, to just like what the general like feeling on the event was.
All right, Trace, do you want to go first then? Actually,
I was gonna say we should ask. You and I had a very different Worlds experience, Andrew.
Well, if I was there, I would not have made any mistakes whatsoever, and I would have won actually.
Good for you, dude.
I did a lot of testing with Gilles, who was playing Millenniumon, and he was very insistent that everybody keep that file secret. Now, I'm mixed on how he did, because I am happy he got 8. You know, he's in the top 8 is very good.
I think he should have won that event.
I think he should have won. He did brick twice by finding no Chimera. However, I would be happy if I never saw Millenniumon ever again.
True.
I have
one loop deck they
really
let get away with it.
I have really come to despise that deck, but that's by the by. I think there was I don't know, because Moment, you talked to me a little bit about what did you end up taking QD?
I did, yes.
Yeah. So you we briefly talked about what you should prepare for. I think there was possibly, not just for you, this was for possibly everybody there. There was an over preparation for Vortex, and then it slowly became apparent that Vortex was not a good deck, or it was not a world contender deck.
It's on Fraud Watch, bro.
Fraud Watch is very accurate. So I was part of that. Like, I thought, oh, Vortex Digimon is going to be really good. It's going to be everywhere. You got to prepare for this. There'll be someone that takes it, and they'll be quite surprised. And then actually, it's just a worse Magnum on X antibody, which we've been dealing with for the past couple of years.
That's actually a very nice way to describe that.
Yeah.
I think the most annoying thing about it is that even though it was definitely like it was an overcorrection for Worlds, like you still have to respect it in a regional setting, because
I think for sure, yeah.
Like, I'm definitely preparing for the multiple Vortex players I will play at Bristol, because Protag deck that has got good. It is good support. It's just we've got so many tools to deal with these sorts of things.
And the green players desperately trying to play anything that's not hoodie.
Literally. So, and then like in terms of like the other people's list, I think when I was looking at like Ben's list was probably the most talked about, is like, why is he running these cards? Why is he not playing like rocks? It's like hard to criticize, because I don't want to criticize, because I'm not at Worlds. You know, I'm not going to Worlds. I wasn't good enough to get there. But in the same vein, I was like looking at some lists and I'm like,
I look at it like the Kurova list, where sometimes you go to flame, but then you have to put in brackets, but he did get 3rd in Swiss.
Literally. So like he was doing something, right? And then maybe he just paired like he paired into Kurova, and he had mandates.
Chosen one.
Literally,
yeah.
I get mad about it. The context you're gonna get missing here is that I've been a Kurova glazer for 2.5 years now. That dude is the truth. One day he's gonna win Worlds. The secret is that they just have to broadcast every one of his games. He only loses off camera. In any event, he only loses off camera. It's like Yugimoto. And one day they'll figure that out, and they'll like whatever yellow deck they're trying to push at the time. They make another Sakuya starter deck, but this one costs $50 and they're trying to sell it off the shelves. They'll let him do that. There'll be a great marketing angle. We'll never be able to talk about this game credibly for the rest of time, but I will have been right on my Kurova stand agenda will have come to pass.
Oh yeah, I mean, I'm a huge Kurova glazer. I think he's the best player in the world. Like being able to, like, not only does he just win like every DAO,
he's that good.
This is the second time he's got top 4 with some like stupid ass yellow deck, bro. Like, he's doing something that just no one else is doing for some reason. Yeah, and yeah, he's really good. I've seen him play in person and seen how he does things. It's pretty crazy.
He seems like he's very good at appraising card value. Like, his puppet list was such a like. I mean, I've said previously that I think puppets is one of those decks that the quality of support is so good that it can't be a bad deck. And he's seen something in that list. I mean, he saw like
it's the same thing with Sakuya, right?
Yeah, exactly. Like, he's seen something that's gone, this does really well into X, Y, and Z. I'm going to play it for Worlds because it's going to take people by surprise. Like, no one had puppets on their radar.
It's also like even then, like, I've seen puppets lists like locally, and just because, like, you know, it's a Liberator deck, people have been messing around with it, and this version seems so tailored to best of 1. Like if you look at his list and you're like, oh, no Namakemon, no Sistermons, nothing like that, no fancy bullshit. Which like in a best of 3, you could argue, okay, I'm gonna run into all these decks with Digivolve or whatever. But in a best of 1 is like, bro, we don't have time for that. You can't consistently see these cards. We're just trying to kill. So it's like the ability of him to be able to like realize that and like adjust his list depending on the event is like top notch.
I agree.
I'm so glad we had him on for this. This is fantastic. This is great. Now I could be like, if there are no Kurova stands left in chat, there are now 2 of us because we're both dead.
I am a Kurova fan well.
The other context is that he's like one of the most like sincerely pleasant and very like well-spoken dudes I've ever met in card games.
Yes.
He's just I met him through East when I was there, and he was like, he came up, he was super polite. I was like, hi, we're like a big fan of the Unkers. We talk about you guys on the show. And he was like, oh, no way. Thank you so much. He hit me up on Twitter. He's just a very good dude. Just like a very chill, pleasant conversation. And then you watch him play, like hearing like, to be fair, that particular GAO event was super scuffed because that was the first time they implemented the draw time is a double game loss event change in Japan. Which destroyed the room, by the way. Like things were unsalvageable that morning. But he was like, he took it in stride. I would not have been that nice about my judge telling me that because my opponent is playing Lusamon round 1, I can't top my event. But whatever, bro. Yeah, very cool. I know what you mean. Tom mentioned at the start of his recap there that like simply I would not have misplayed. I think that's the thing we talk a lot about when you talk about Digimon events. But it was borderline insufferable this year with people like full on like 2-cent backseat driving, like watching like, why is Styrakomon not winning the game right now?
Sure,
just do this, then that.
It's very infuriating as someone who's like been on the other side. Like I get it. Like sometimes the misplays are bad enough where it's like, okay, even I would like flame that. But at the same time, it's like, it's easy to be a keyboard warrior and like sit there and be like, oh, if I was on stream, I would have done that. Well, then fucking get on stream, bro. Like,
yeah, exactly.
The worst bit about it is that we don't have the
any
quantity. Any tops. I fucking love any tops. My main problem is that we didn't get enough Digimon this year. Like we only saw. Okay, if you were on the Japanese stream, you got to see 3 games of Digimon. So if there was good gameplay in pools, we didn't know. So this is all we've got. And if all we've got is 2 dudes who desperately do not want to win, it's really frustrating.
Yeah.
Exciting new lose conditions.
The Japanese stream was an exciting time, wasn't it, Andrew?
Yeah. So our world's experience was really interesting. So, you know, this whole year I've been yapping about how I want to do worlds. Still want to do worlds, Bandai. We did not do worlds. So instead we did it at home. With blackjack and hookers. We got DGU Dan, we got Miti Kage, we got me and Tom, and we got Digidane. So we had all the English speaking regions have a representative, and we just gave bad takes for 6 hours. It was
that sounds like more fun than I had, to be honest.
Yeah, it was. So me and Dane was like, it was supposed to start at 2 a.m. UK time, and then the tweet goes out that's like, hey, the JP broadcast is starting 2 hours early. And Dane sends me a message whilst he's in the supermarket. He's like, hey, bro, they fucked us. I'm like, all right, I'll go live. You get here when you get here. And then like Dan hops on and it's just, we just co-stream the match, the Ben Kurova match. And then all of top 4. And we did eventually get to the point where we had to start caveating that like, yo, the stress must be getting to them.
Sure,
because they are seeing things that do not exist.
We had to explain that it wasn't, despite what it looked like, it wasn't actually best of 3. Like the chat could not clock that it was like, it was a consecutive series of best of 1s. Yeah. It was not anything to do with what you'd play at home.
Yeah, it wasn't even just like chat couldn't get it. I remember like Dan halfway through went, oh, I thought you guys were joking. This is actually the format. I'm like, yes, this is actually the format. They invented a new, worse way to play the game.
Yeah. It was actually crazy.
It's weird though, because like I come around to it and I'm kind of back to like, It doesn't work in Swiss. Like, caveat, it doesn't. That would be 90-minute Swiss rounds. You cannot run this in Swiss.
Could you imagine like two stall decks running into each other? Like, yeah, why have we not progressed the racket? Because we're on minute 85 and it's game 3, and they've just put their security out.
You joke, but that was that French regional for me. Do you remember when they couldn't report?
And Jumbo participated in?
Yeah.
It was like, all you see is hand movements.
When was this?
It was, I don't know, it was me and Adam casting, but it was just like we
was
can't
like
report best of one.
BT17 or something.
Yeah,
Like
Takamika was like everywhere.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
it was just watching people analog youth for Takamika over the course of an uncapped timed round, so nobody went for a half optimal OTK.
It was
terrible.
75 minutes plus 5 overtime, and like me and Adam, like we'd see, and it's like how are we going to overtime in 75 minutes? You should double game loss both of these players. You should actually just DQ them, actually. If they can't finish a game in 75, kill them.
75? That's insane.
It was ridiculous. There were multiple games where they were Takamika mirrors where you'd wait till both people had 4 analog youths down so they could guarantee that no one could steal the memory from them. Like, it was ridiculous.
That's so terrible.
It was outrageous.
One of the longest days I've ever worked. That shit was
a long
ass.
year. But yeah, we got to the point when by the time Dane hopped on, it was like 4 a.m. in the UK. Yeah. So we were, I think at that point, we had just finished top 4. And I was molding because Kurova had lost off camera because the plot armor does not extend to non-recorded events. It's like Schrodinger's cat. And so when we were going through it, we were already, the morale had dipped. People who, if anyone here has seen it, or if you're seeing this recording later, might have potentially seen a live stream where I said that this is the worst stream experience I've ever had in the entire time I've played Digimon. I didn't necessarily mean it that bad. I was a little grouchy. But dude, it was a lot. And then, not to just talk exclusively about the matches and stuff, because there was a lot more to that stream than just the Digimon games that were played. But I said some stuff when they showed off. In kanji, because Andrew and I cannot read what's on the screen because we're watching.
I can't read enough kanji to make it work.
Sure.
So they jump scared us by showing me HPD, Ice Wall, Calling from Darkness, and I was like, motherfucker, they're printing alts and reprinting these cards and putting them to 4. Like I was at this point fully in my doom corner. I was completely beyond help. We had to wait 10 minutes to get it translated. It was tight. It was a good night.
But yeah, the experience was interesting. Like, I wish we got more fly on. Like, them recording rounds was cool. I just wish they'd done more of them. But yeah.
Oh, I remember. I love the tables where you have to see players' hands. I think that's so. I know it's super clunky to sit there and actually play Digimon. Where
you mean like the little like
the
Scrabble things?
Yeah. I know that must be completely mind-numbingly frustrating.
It's terrible. I hate it.
Yeah. But as a spectator, I was like, oh my god, I don't have to be like, and do they have it? There's
for sure. As a spectator, I can understand. Yeah, it seems great.
If they could just have a camera overhead so you can see the cards. I don't understand.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, Worlds was fun. How was Worlds for you, Momin? I imagine that not staying up till 6 a.m. was probably a little bit more enjoyable.
Yeah. Well, the stream part was cool. So I have a lot of mixed feelings. I'll say just as far as like the event overall, it was fun, but participating as a player was pretty terrible. So there's a lot. I won't yap too much about this, but there's a lot of aspects. So like number one, like I don't know if y'all saw any pictures or anything, but like we were effectively in like a classroom.
Yeah, you guys look like you were in my high school math class.
Or like a lecture room or something.
Jambo sent me that picture of it, and I was like, why did they book a meeting room in an office and put out tables with paper playmats?
So it was like Bandai's. It was like the Bandai Namco building. So it makes sense as to like sure, like they have us there, but like surely there's just like a cooler place.
Yeah,
we have our world finals, the biggest event of the year.
The fact that we were separate from One Piece as well, so it's not even like there was a multi-stream. Like every single stream got shafted. It's like what are we doing? But
yeah, it'd be one thing if it was just Digi, but then it's like One Piece is their biggest moneymaker, and they're in the same boat as us, and I'm just like, that doesn't really make any sense.
I get that venues are expensive, but when you come into the Bandai offices where like their official YouTube channel has been showing high quality matches like the whole time, even if they put you in the fucking like, you know, the low budget room that they do half of their Digimon stuff in now, like the Digica room, that would have been funny as hell. Like I would have loved to see like a scuffed overhead like camera if it just meant we got more games.
Just something to like, you know, make the experience a bit more like, wow, you're at World instead of just like,
it very much felt like we're just there. Like I'll get into this all, but like in comparison to last year, like they had their Bandai Fest, like the Japan Bandai Fest that was going on, I think this weekend. Like for this year, Fest and Worlds were two separate things, but like last year it was here's Fest and like here's all the world events like all in one thing. So it was at a big convention hall, like One Piece had their area, Gundam wasn't around, but like Japanese Battle Spirits, whatever, like Digimon, we all had our own areas, and it was great. And above all that, like once we were done playing the event, they had a big stream area where they had like a stage, and I don't know their names, but you know, like the Japanese producer and then like the three guys who are always doing like the announcements for they were there in person doing the announcements live like last time, and it was really cool to see that.
That's
like
tight.
Yeah, but then this year, because we're in a classroom and that's in like some separate area, we don't get to see any of that. So we had to like everyone who wasn't in top 8, they're like, all right, yeah, get out of here, we don't care about you anymore, and then we had to like go somewhere else to like watch party it. Which I don't know, like it was fun, but it was
you guys in a different room with a TV.
No, like they didn't even do that. They were just like, you have to leave the building. Like if you're not
crazy.
Yeah, which is like my biggest thing. Is like production quality is like one thing I don't care that much, but it just felt like Bandai didn't want us there or didn't care that we were there. Like at least if we get kicked out, like okay, just have something for us to do. Let us spectate in a different room or I don't know, like.
It's weird that you had a worse experience than like a university society run event would have been.
Yeah.
So like you're just asked to like leave immediately, like no, like once you're done, that's it.
Yeah, so it was like like they once Swiss was done, they like posted the results on a big screen, and then they're like, oh, everyone who's top 8, wait a little bit, and then everyone who's not, like basically get out. I mean, they gave us like a couple minutes. We took like photos and said bye and stuff because Ben was playing top 8, so I was just like, oh, like good luck and you know see you later. But like after like 5 minutes, they're like, yeah, get out.
That's wild. I don't understand as well. So I have a couple questions. What time did you guys start playing in the morning?
We started maybe at like 10 a.m., 10:30, something like that. Not super early, but like you know.
My understanding is that Bandai's like the Akihabara like Bandai card arcade thing had room for all the Digimon players. Like just on a numbers basis, like they have like a really big fancy, like it's like in a tower. It's like a mall.
Yeah, I know which one you're talking about.
Yeah. And they have like the setup tables and stuff. So I was always like, why don't they do that? But so did they stagger the start times, or were you in there with like all the Dragon Ball players, all the One Piece players? Like, did they rate you guys all in there at the same time?
We weren't in the same room. We were all in the same area. I remember walking to our room, and then like, I mean, again, it's like a conference. Like,
it looks like a meeting room.
Literally is a meeting room. And then like as you're walking through the hallway, there's like other rooms, and like I remember seeing like the Gundam group and like the One Piece group and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to say the times were staggered. I don't actually know, but they didn't have us all in the same room. It was just like kind of close together, but separate.
Yeah, I had to go off the assumption that the only reason they don't do it at something like the arcade tower is because like there's just not enough space for, you know, what is that, like the better part of 36 players for all those card games. But you know, maybe next year we get a Digimon only day, and then you guys get to actually play the whole event out. Like
maybe the multi-stream won't also include Union Arena.
Well, there's something to be said for that. But that's a
Okay. And then I guess my other biggest gripe is just like the best of one scenario, which again, I don't know if there's any fixing that. This is more of like, this is a futile effort, but because Japan is best of one and it's Worlds hosted in Japan, so I guess they'll always just do best of one. But then for some reason they do best of 3 for top 8 and then also the finals, but then don't do it for Swiss, which it's like surely it can't be that much of a time difference versus like 30-minute best of one versus like I guess 45 plus 5, so let's say 50. Like across the 4 rounds, that's an 80-minute difference. Like surely that is not that crazy of like an ask to be like, hey, it's your world tournament, let's just have it all best of 3.
My understanding as well as like from the best of one region like competitor players that I have spoken to is none of them feel a particular opposition to playing best of 3 at their events.
Yeah.
Most folks are okay with it.
No one I talked to who's a best of one player liked best of one.
Yeah, like
pretty much everyone was in the same boat as us. They're just like, this shit sucks.
It's also sorry to interrupt.
No,
it's
go
also weird in a card game where we do not have a sideboard. Like this is not to like advocate for sideboards or anything like that, but like when you're asked to do Swiss is best of one, and then if you make it through to top 8, it is now best of 3. You're being asked to account for 2 different formats that like where one set of cards may excel better in one format and not as much. Like if you just aim to high roll in your Swiss matches, you'll get top 8, right? But then if you are forced to play a best of 3 and your opponent now knows what to expect, you can't account for that. So now you have to play that is somehow good into both formats. And I don't know how many decks would be.
Or you have to pick your poisons. Like, okay, if I get to top 8, like I'm good. My deck is goated for best of 3, but the problem is getting there.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, do you want to be the luckiest high roller of all? Like,
or do you build for like consistency so you can at least like mid to mid high roll? I know that was kind of like the approach that we took for Jill's list. Is we took a couple of the value pieces that we would like to see and cut them for consistency, just to make sure that he could make it to best of 3. Obviously, then immediately it crapped out and double bricked, which is kind of like, antithesis of consistency. But,
I mean, that happens.
Yeah.
Do you I assume that you're holding on to some of your own details for your list and stuff for personal video or anything you guys might be doing with some locals homies, but is there anything you'd like to talk about with the deck you took? Because
I mean, well, number 1, my deck isn't anything like crazy, and number 2, like I would make a video on it maybe if I felt like I did better, but I didn't. So I'm just like, this shit kind of sucks. I don't want to.
I get
people with that, but
well, I guess I get all the words you're saying. You do remember you went to the World Championships, right?
Yeah, I mean, I appreciate that, man. It just like stinks when like I'll tell you my experience. So number 1,
sure, go ahead.
I played Hootie, not Hootie Loop because I wasn't a believer. I played something very similar to Tommy's list, where it's mid-range control Hootie, because I felt like I had the best matchup spread. It was really even into mostly everything. Your only bad matchups were exactly Millie and Galacti, which Galacti, I was like, surely that's just no one plays it. Or best of 1, you're not finishing half a game in 30 minutes.
No.
And then Millie is like, okay, I knew, again, thanks to Jambo, I knew there was for sure one guy in the room playing Millie, and that matchup is pissed.
Wait, so did Jambo tell you that Jill was playing?
Yeah. Oh, sorry, have we met Jambo?
Yeah.
Jambo,
so
I'm going to kill you.
To be fair, that matchup is so bad, it doesn't matter if I knew. Like, it's just like...
I think it's fine. It's very nuanced, though. So I played it a bit with Jill. I played it a bit with Jambo. I've played it a bit with Jambo post Banlist as well. It's one of those where if you do not know how to play into Millenniumon, you will lose that game because you will draw 10 million cards and they will drop the moon on you and they'll tell you
lose on the spot. Yeah. Beta is definitely your best friend in that matchup.
Beta is amazing. You just have to like constantly keep yourself between like ideally 6 cards.
Ideally. 7 is like fine.
Hit 7 cards. It's like you lose a tamer. That's not the end of the world.
Yeah.
That is how you play that matchup.
And so like I had number 1, I didn't realize how good that deck was until like a week before Worlds. So
it's insane.
If I did, I might have played it.
Yeah, I would imagine that's how your conversations with Jambo started. I would have assumed he would have tried to pill you on Millenni.
Yeah. Oh no, I mean he's still trying to pill me on it, but like he was for sure. And I just like, again, it's one of those things. I feel like there's always at big events. There's just always a deck you overlook. I mean, last year it was like Sakuya. Like no one knew how good that deck was going to be. And then I mean this year I think there's a bunch, but Millie was like, oh shit, if I knew how broken this deck was, I would have just played this.
Yeah,
but
that's why we took it.
Exactly, yeah. And so like I had a little bit of practice. I just wasn't super confident in that matchup. I was like, okay, one guy I can hopefully dodge him. But like again, back to my like why I chose Hootie is it's just a good deck. Like it's consistent. It has every form of removal. Yeah, some would say the best. And it's like it can break any board. It's just good. And then I immediately break 4 hands in a row the first 2 rounds and I'm out. So that's just
so tight. The coolest Digimon experience ever.
Well, you surely the game 2. Oh wait, no.
Yeah. Exactly.
That's
like my round 1 was against Growloop. I should not lose against Growloop.
Like this is what like best of 1 again. If you brick and you like, oh, this is the match I win. I'll just get him in the next game.
Matter.
You just don't get that.
Yeah,
it doesn't make any sense.
And it was so frustrating. Like you spend so much time practicing against all these different decks and all these the nuances in the different matchups. It's like, oh, like you said, like, okay, against Millie, I need to watch my hand size. Yeah. Like against Medusa, for example, let me set up enough tamers where I can play around Crimson Blaze or like not hit their security, whatever. And then, against other decks, like, oh, let me set up my Ryuji blocker. But then it's just like none of that. It's just all thrown out the window because I break the first game and then there's no second game. And then, again, I mean, I'm complaining. Like, I'm glad I got to go there. I'm very fortunate for that. But it just does suck when you like, and you could argue like that's my fault, which I think it is to some extent. I could have made my deck more consistent. I could have put in the 14th rookie or the 4th Mirai or whatever, But
someone in chat could argue that here on Misplay for Game, we think best of 1 is a suicidal, crazy person's format, and that you must have brainworms to choose to play that over best of 3. But
And it makes sense for go ahead. One last thing. It makes sense from like a local's perspective because I was talking to East about this a lot. Mm-hmm. From like a card shop perspective, like Japan card shops, especially in like Akiba, super small. Like they don't have the time nor the space to facilitate like the big locals like we do in the West. So it's like when you have 10 different games who all need to be done within the day, and it's like, okay, best of 1, you're out in like 2 hours. That makes sense. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I get it. But for like a big scale event, like bro, just that doesn't make sense. Best of 3. Yeah,
it's crazy. They'll spend like 4K on flights and then put you in a side room with no stream.
Yeah,
for best of 1. And
that's the other thing. Like, why no stream for the Swiss rounds? They did it for Japan finals, but not the World finals. Like,
dude, I would have taken like a like the meeting room, like Cisco, fucking under the TV, like
720p webcam.
Yeah,
just
like
projects out to everybody.
The glare everywhere. We're just guessing what you're playing, but at least we're seeing cards move. Like, I'll take anything at this point.
We only get the matchup data based on who stands up first.
Tommy, you had a question.
It's crazy too, because like one of the you mentioned in your discussion of like when you choose to like go into this thinking about practicing against all these different kinds of decks that you perceive as like worth being at the tournament. Mm-hmm. This is something I think you are basically one of the only dudes on the whole of the Digimon circuit ever who could speak on this, which is that I've talked to a couple people about this. When you go into prepping for an event that has like this significant interregional stake, like Worlds, do you do a lot of research on like home region bias? Like, do you look at like, oh, the OCE players get farmed by the same Growloop guys, or like, do you like just go, no, it doesn't matter what they played at home. It only matters what's good in the room. How much metagaming goes in that?
At least for me, I felt like there's a pretty good amount of metagaming. Like number one, like I know all who's gonna be there, right?
Yeah,
so,
absolutely.
I've watched every stream from every event that's happened within the last year, and so it's like, okay, Japan finals. I know Aki, who's the TS Abyss Area player, is gonna be there. He's probably gonna be playing Abyss Area. That's his baby. And then it's like, oh, Kurova's gonna be there. Now he's a wild card, so you can never predict what he's gonna play.
Yeah.
Something yellow probably. But yeah, so like there's a lot of like for like you said, like Asia loves Hootie Loop. So I was like, okay, I'm for sure gonna be playing into Hootie Loop. Let's prep for that, which is one of the reasons I liked mid-range Hootie, is because you have a solid game plan into Loop, right? You had like your Ryuji that to give your guy blocker, they can't remove it. You can, if you have a Shack, you can float on their turn, pop some stuff. You can Kama Hammer their stuff. Like you have plays. So that was a consideration for sure. It's like, okay, I know they favor this build of the deck. And then even like the people within my own region, right? Like I knew, okay, like there's a Medusa qualified, there's a TS, Ben qualified with Rocks. Like what are they all going to be playing? And so like usually I assume they just play the qualifying deck if it's still good, which they all end up doing exactly that. So like I was prepared in that sense, but then again, maybe it was too much metagaming or it just didn't matter, and I should have just like focused on making my deck more consistent.
I think it's funny that you like the NA Region 1 guys both had unplayable lists. Like you and Lance completely had to switch decks because the lists you took were not going to work at Worlds.
Yeah. I was pretty sure he was playing Jupiter because I saw him playing it at a case tournament. So like I do. He liked that kind of play style. I would have been very surprised if he bust out Gallant.
It would have made me so happy.
We kept talking about it. It's like we had the context that obviously like Trix was in the car with me when you first messaged him about Hoodie. So we knew
really?
we knew that like we knew that Levia was like off the table, but we kept...
I was like, sorry to when you text me, I was like, he knows who I am. It's crazy. I bragged to Jambo. It's like, yeah, Moment asked me instead of you. And Jambo goes, yeah, he asked me to hide your Discord site. I was on the floor laughing.
That's funny.
It was like you and Jill back to back, and we're like, oh, Levia's fucked.
Yeah. It's pretty terrible into this meta. So
we did have the caveat.
I felt like I couldn't take it, but
like we had the caveat was like if testing just goes really shit, what are the chances that they just give up and just take 50 Levia cards and see what happens?
Like again, I don't want to be like I should have done this, but like high key, if I took it, I would have cooked. Because it's best of one matchup spread is fake. It doesn't fucking matter.
Yeah,
it's just like
also Japan can't play like they are allergic to Levia. I don't know what it is.
Well, Japan specifically is allergic to Levia. There are a number of Chinese Levia wins.
Yeah, which the one Gil/Levia deck I played was China. Like it's Chinese guy,
okay.
It won a ton of the Super Tamer battles over there.
Yeah.
Like when we talk about like, there is no card we have all. Basically, when Marcia is here, it's like a miracle when we can conceivably find one deck we all think is like total doo-doo dog shit. Like just don't respect it at all. And that was Lord Knight. For like 12 months, Andrew, Marcio, and I would go on every stream and be like, what, you didn't want to talk to somebody who was good at purple? You didn't want to play Leviamon? Well, what's wrong with you? And it was the biggest fraud deck of the year. It never won anything of significance. It was awesome. And then 100% of the time, we'd be like, if you're going to Japan, you could just take Levia. You could just show them.
It would have been really funny too. Is like you're resolving Surbex, a Bandai rep comes over like, not long now.
Yeah, 18 hours, my friend.
What do you mean?
It was also like super flattering because so like after the event, like East had taken us all out to like an izakaya to get like food and drinks and stuff, and then Kurova and his group were there, and then he told me, he was like, oh, I thought you were gonna be playing Levia, and I was like, this guy knows who I am.
Yeah. I should have taken Levia.
Yeah, it was so funny when the Banlist went up, and we were like, all love to my all-timer Meaty Kage, but he was like, I can't believe they're hitting this stuff, and I'm like, no, listen to me. Just because Moment is farming your region, being the only dude winning with this deck, does not mean these cards are not abominable. What is wrong?
I would like to think, this is maybe just speculating on my part, because there's KDA, Masty, a lot of other Asian players, maybe future proving. I would like to think I had some part in getting Cerbex.
Oh, 100%.
I think you 100%
he'd like to think that his multiple wins didn't play a factor.
Rest in peace to my dogs. They deserved it though, for sure.
It is crazy though that like the KDA Masty I think was the final straw, because I think if it was just Levia, they'd be like, the deck's not that good. But then like they saw the growl loop and they're like, ooh, but like it's not
okay,
that.
Right?
And then KDA happened and they were like, ooh, okay, time to go.
I'll never get past it, dude. There are a number of cards they could have done something about for KDA Mastemon, but like that deck, the first time somebody probably showed them that infinite combo, they were like everyone in the dev team wakes up in a cold sweat if that happens to your card game, right? Like no one goes to work on Monday morning and feels chill about things. Everyone's like, something's wrong, guys.
Oh, morning, guys. Anything happened whilst I was... Why are the wall bells ringing?
Why is Mastemon 8 times as expensive right now? What happened?
We need to talk. We fucked up.
Hoodie was the good secret, right?
We always joke about like, oh, they definitely watch our They do. They definitely watch some.
We're not joking. They read my emails.
Yeah, they definitely watch some European content creators. I know they are sub to a bunch of the Japanese content creators, because when Arresta dropped that list, I sent it to like 4 people, and everyone was like, this is some content creator bullshit. There's no way this shit works. 1 week later, all the uncas top on it, and I went,
yeah,
fellas.
It didn't even take that long, bro. It's crazy.
That's my second favorite regional top cut. You know, like when like Eggman does the pie charts. That's the second best one. The best one ever is Toronto 2024, where like 51% of the room is Imperial Dramon. That's the all-time funniest Digimon picture I think that likely will ever exist. But man, just when it was like 6 of top 8 were all Unkers and all on that deck. It was awesome. It was a good week to be like, those dogs are broken. But hey, that's it. Sorry, we cut you off. So we were talking about like regional prep. Like obviously, like you said, like you know a lot of the guys who are going, like you keep up with it and stuff like that. Like when it comes to like kind of on that end, like Hirova, like people coming up to you be like, oh, I assumed you were doing this. Do you ever, especially as somebody who's gone so many times, like do you ever have to kind of double guess yourself where you're like, maybe I play something nobody expects from me? Or do you just sort of think about it as like, I'm a guy in the room?
I think about it as I'm a guy in the room, bro.
Okay.
Like I mean, clearly I didn't do well. So clearly there's tons of other people way better than me. So it's just like, I had a game plan and like, I just kind of, you know, I take everything else into consideration, what other people are playing, what I might face. Like, I think usually do that in a regional, like you'll be like, oh, I'll probably face this, this, and this. I have this bad matchup, but surely I'll just dodge. Like, you know,
yeah,
you always take that stuff into consideration. And I feel like I definitely did that this time. But yeah, no, I feel like I don't go to that level of like, oh, they're going to expect me to play purple, so I'll play something different.
I don't think you can as well. I was speaking when we did me, Jill, and Jambo did an Eagle's Nest the week, or like a couple of weeks before.
Oh yeah, back in February.
Yeah, it was one I asked if you wanted to join, but you were going to a locals. But like towards the end, yeah, I know, right? Yeah, I've actually played in real life is crazy. But it was like one of the TOs there was kind of going on about like, you know, you should take something that you're confident in. You shouldn't take Millenni just because you think it will sack people. And it's like I kind of had to like point out, and this goes for like when I've done Petra regionals as well. Famously, I have also said after much procrastination, I will decide to throw in Deep Savers and won a case split as a result of it. You cannot account for everything. You have to eventually at some point you just have to decide on a list, take it, and just back yourself. Yeah. And if it doesn't go according to plan, it happens. Like
exactly.
In the past, like when my first regional was Jespon, I was accounting for BT13 Shine and BT13 Mirage because Gankumon X Antibody was a great counter to them, and I saw neither of them.
Tom is actually the best for that. He preps for one deck and sees none of them.
Hit
Alphamon 3 times.
Well, it happens, right? Like Digi is even in our like formats where there's just a definitive best deck. I feel like the most times in like an 8-round regional you'll play against a deck is like 3, maybe 4 if it's like Nume or something.
I had 3 Jesmons back to back in Bristol last year. I was molding.
But it's just like the game's so diverse. Like I think it's a good idea to definitely like, okay, Hootie's the best deck. I should have a plan into Hootie. I should, you know, figure that matchup out. Everything else kind of like, you know, you just gotta like do things. Your deck has to do things. Your deck has to be competent. You should know some other relevant matchups. Like, okay, maybe aside from Hootie, I should know how to play against Medusa or Rocks. Do I need to know the Birds matchup? Probably not.
It's one of those though. Like if you have an expressly bad matchup to like a rogue deck, just never be X1 at any point in the day.
Exactly.
X1 round 2 and 3 is the most horrifying car crash Digimon you will ever play. When I took
the Machine Dramon players, bro, they find me at X1.
It's not appropriate.
I do not enjoy their company anymore.
I was X1 at an UK regional ages back in BT13, and I was on the BT4 Anubismon Gizmon loop, and I'm X1.
I forgot about that.
And she, like, game 1, I smoke her. Game 2, she develops Hexabla, like the old one, and I'm like, right. And I go, wait, what the fuck? How do I out this? Nothing with sources can go sideways. And I'm not big enough to punch Hexablast. I'm just like, how the fuck do I clear this?
You make a good point there though, Andrew, because it's like if you want to dodge the rogue matchups, don't go X1. There's some truth to that on like a deeper level, which is that Worlds uniquely, I think this year, in 6 months' time, when Time Stranger is the best deck in history, I think we'll be talking about it different. But right now, I know a lot of people feel a very specific way about Medusamon, and I don't necessarily disagree. However, Medusamon, I would say, is the most conventional metagame represented deck to win Worlds in 3 years. like Worlds produces very fringe Cinderella stories because it's like Momin talked about, like it's about like being confident on your matchups. If you're playing a deck that is competent and has the ability to take someone by surprise, I think that's when your deck is like kind of Worlds gold, just based on like the numbers. Like SetCon, we've all talked about that forever. That will never die. That incident is because it had the ability to play fringe interaction points in matchups that people don't know, because who the hell was practicing SetCon? Galaxy last year, same shtick. Galaxy basically exclusively existed to be the most dishonest blue deck in the game. There was nothing you could do about it, and it got to the point where they were ruin moding. So, like, what were you supposed to do?
And we would have said the same this year about Millennium. Last 2020, because last year was 2024's one. 2023.
Wait, last year was 2025, right?
What the
last year's winner was Galaxy.
Sorry, you're right. Yes, Galaxy won last year. Year before was SetCon. Year before that was Crossart, yes.
Oh, right, yeah.
But even Crossart was like some, you know, revisionists in the how good was Shoutmon actually YouTube comments will be like, it was good the whole time, but it wasn't winning things, man. It wasn't. That's just Blackwater Greymon was the best deck of the year. Yeah. So for that deck to have topped in one Worlds was like, it had all the pieces, right? It had the good player, good pilot on a competent pile, plus you get sacked because you don't know what you're doing. So I don't know. I think it's interesting for Medusa to be the first deck that, well, Medusa's sacky as shit anyway.
Yeah.
But
it's just a stack deck.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like a stack deck that you expect to win. Like, it's in the booking favorites for like what could win Bristol for us next weekend. So like, I would not say that about Galaxy last year. I would not have said that about SetCon the year before. Like, there's just something about the fact that this year it feels like the mean power level of a Digimon deck, like you said, like the format is so diverse, like you can't specifically choose what you're gonna hit. It feels like now the meta deck is actually consistent enough and sacky enough that it can do the Worlds run. So we're going into unprecedented territory.
It's also simple as well. So like if you take it to a long format, I think the fact that it's managed to top two regionals back to back as well before it was even at full power, I think showcases that like there is a lot to be said for a deck where you put square block, square hole for 8 rounds and kill people.
Ukomon is the coolest square block I've ever read in my whole life. He's a beautiful little bastard. But hey, sometimes beautiful little bastards make the story much more exciting. Speaking of exciting, actually, sorry, Moe, is there anything else you'd like to talk about for Worlds? Any shout outs?
What was going on with that playmat bullshit? That was
yeah, I saw that in the background. That's kind of shiny.
What? Oh, you mean this?
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Yeah, I don't know. I had it lying around.
Oh yeah, you know, just in case you guys asked.
Said you mean this?
Yeah. I mean, it's so Take. I actually fucking despise Take. So.
True.
Dude, same. I got my regional winners man is Take because like I don't want this shit.
This is really shiny.
That's fire.
It's very cool.
Now you get to keep the dog in a plastic bag. Just choke it out for a couple of years.
Yeah. Like last year's All Force was so much cooler, bro. Like I have that frame and everything. Like it looks great, but Take, whatever. No, I mean, aside from like the tournament experience, like I'll say like the people there were great. Meeting players from all around the world and even some like returning faces was really great. Especially all the guys in my region. Like I only knew Lance a little bit before going into this, but then all the rest of them I feel like I've become like much better friends with now. And I mean, unironically, it's the friends you meet along the way, right? Like that part of playing this game is really cool. And then especially like playing against people in a different language is like really endearing and funny.
We have had. I had a great experience with that at Paris, where my opponent was Swiss and did not speak super great English, and I do not speak enough German.
Sure,
so we communicated. I had to learn the Atmon matchup and Virus Imperia in French, and I was like, "Why is this stupid dude 31,000 DP?" And he went Le Link, and now Le Link is the bit, and people keep every time I see someone at an event, they're like, "You played against Le Link yet?"
It was really nice because So I speak like fairly fluent Japanese, and so speaking to Japanese players was really fun. But then the one Chinese guy that I played against is really funny because he didn't speak very good English. So we're sitting there like playing in broken English, and then afterwards a judge comes up and like asks us in Japanese like, "Oh, are you done?" And I say something to her, and then he tells me in perfect Japanese like, "Oh, you can speak Japanese?" And I was like, "Bro, we could have done this the whole time."
That kicks ass.
Like stuff like that's pretty funny.
They didn't know you were moving like that. They weren't sure.
Yeah. Oh, and sorry, one last like funny story unrelated to that.
Go ahead.
But on the whole like Kurova thing, so again, we're sitting here like they have us like re-sleeving our decks like prior to the matches in like a little, I don't know what they're called, like those little like folder things you used to use in like elementary school to like prevent people from cheating. So we have those like around our little areas. Yeah. So we're like re-sleeving and stuff, and we're just chit-chatting. And then like there's a judge like walking around with tokens, because you have to use official tokens, like you can't use your own. So he's like, oh, do you need tokens? And then it's just funny because me and Lancer used to be speculating like, oh, like this guy doesn't need tokens, you know, he's playing this deck, whatever. And then like it comes to Troy, who's the second place Medusa player from our region. He's like, oh, I need like 2. And I'm like, yeah, of course you're playing Medusa. And then they get to Kurova, and he's like, how many tokens do you need? 10. And I'm like, hello? I'm like, what's going on? I'm like, oh, okay.
He was just like double buffing. He's like, yeah, I'm gonna need 10.
I'm so glad you brought that up. That kicks ass. We were laughing, to be fair, again, 4 or 5 in the morning, but we kept busting up because Kurova was playing with like the shiniest puppets deck I've ever seen in my entire life.
All the Karakuras, everything.
The tokens were shiny, like except manga for one token. He played with one of the crappy EX7 booster pack pull ones. And every time it came up, we'd be like, oh.
At first we thought he was using it to designate which one would blow up off of promo Shushu, so he
that's smart, maybe.
And then he just did.
No, there was no consistency. Like, he just liked the one funny one.
That guy, yeah, he's a funny guy.
Yeah, I mean, next year they'll film My Glorious King and he'll win everything. But yeah, that's how it goes. So did you want to shout any homies or anyone helped you test or anything to? I mean, it's the end of the season, right? Like
I mean, I'd for sure like to shout out like all the NA guys who I met over there, but for sure my testing group is, I don't know if you guys are familiar with Huang Zero.
Of course, him on the show. We've heard some of the worst BT8 takes we've ever had.
Yeah, he's an interesting guy. So him and like I'm super good friends with him in like our group. So that testing group is like, they help me prepare so much. So I just want to shout all them out. Like I would not have gotten this far without them.
Very sick. It takes a village, y'all. Go join your locals. Go meet some players, because like Momin said, it's the people you meet along the way. Hey, speaking of along the way, we got the schedule for the year we could talk about next if you guys are up for that. There's a whole bunch of links I put in the live chat, Andrew. I got to get my designated 5 minutes of molding in that Japan gets DC1 and we don't, because I would like so much to have a circuit and a qualifying event again that isn't just like your one regional that's sort of near you. But you know, we'll see. Maybe next year.
Like I'm getting grief by there being 12.
Yeah, there are so many links. My bad.
Yeah, I'm just guessing. I've got the participation ones. I should have everything, man.
Yeah, I can send it to you if you need it.
That's okay.
One thing I did want to mention was that it's a big change for us, because NA this past year had 2 seasons and 2 nats, and now we're going back to 1.
Really?
Oh,
yes.
I don't know if I caught that. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Where did they told you where it's gonna be?
No, we don't find out like that ahead of time. But I think they're just doing the one big card fest in like February, January-ish. So like the equivalent of Vegas this year. Which I don't know why. Like, one makes sense, but I don't know why we switched to 2 and then went back to 1.
Do you still get the same amount of invites?
That I don't know, because this time it was 3 from each, so we had a total of 6. So like I don't know if they're just doing like top 3 again or top 6, which is kind of weird.
I won't be surprised if it was like Japan didn't win World, so they gotta cut some more invites and get some more JP players in there. I won't be surprised if EU gets 0 this year.
Well, no, they'll just mail Yuxo his invite.
Yeah.
He farms the whole goddamn continent. Yeah, this is the overview, and then the tweet itself actually has the link to the full page, which I think is like bizarrely, they don't know why they don't just put the right graphics up the first time, but I don't know, I don't run the show. But yeah, I can't believe I hadn't clocked that. Oh, it's Store Champs you guys get 2 seasons of. You don't get that's so crazy. Why would they do that?
I don't know, man.
Hey, hopefully you get a lot more Store Champs. Like, we got a decent number of Store Champs this season compared to before, so
yeah,
I say we.
It's the same for us. They've been better about that. Like the first year we got like 5 in the US, and then now we have like, okay, now there's multiple seasons, so it's like we get a decent amount.
Well, European Digimon players like to complain that we don't get anything, and that's because we are the most cheating region in the whole goddamn world. So there's a reason they don't give us like online events anymore.
Yeah, that's tragic.
But you guys get used for crash test stuff all the time. Like when they tried store championships out, they used that as an experiment on all of you. Like, and they were random cities. It was wild.
Yeah,
like,
it was so weird, dude.
It was like there was like 2 in Colorado, and I was like, there's 2 in the same state in the whole pool of places that are getting it.
Yeah.
No clue. Yeah, dude, thank you for pointing that out. I don't think I'd even clocked that in the week I'd spent malding about the schedule.
Which, like, I don't know, it's fine. Every other region just gets one that. So like, why make us different? I guess we're a bigger player base, which is, I don't know. I don't have any particular feelings about it.
You guys are significantly bigger. I think you guys are about as big as EU and LATAM put together. That's one of the things that they never really touch on.
Like 7 players.
Well, some have said this online, yes. It's the same 2 teams that show up and win everything too, which I always think is fun because it's like go, it's cool.
I just hope next year, especially if we're just accepting that streams aren't real, and they also showed that we could get posthumously recorded content. Could we send more than 1 person from each region? I get that flights are expensive and they maybe don't want to send 2 people from Oceania, but it is kind of ass if you go undefeated in Swiss and then lose in finals, and Lamau, there goes your Japan invite.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we'll never be able to.
Also, I wish they recorded the win-in-ins. Like, it was like, it was cool. Ben won his game on stream, and then we saw finals, and then fucking Ben walks out, and we're just like, oh, Ben, he's going to Worlds, fucking go. But like, it would have been nice to see him win his win-in-in.
I don't think they've got the actual full schedule of DC1 on here as well, which is crazy. Never mind. I guess I'll complain about that at a later point. The big thing I think most people are, I would say, the most pressed about from the stream is the ban list.
Or the lack of. Yeah.
I was complaining to TommyNT before we started that I irrespective of whether or not they like actually think a card is good enough or bad enough or whatever point, I just can't believe that they're like, not only do we not get enough of these things, not only are there not enough cards on the ban list, they had the fucking gall to be like, yeah, I don't care. Let's get him Sunrise Buster back. See what this does to the vibe. just to upset 5 people.
It's pretty insane, like how out of touch they seem. Like, I'll say the last 2 ban lists have been pretty good. They've been very big and generally aside from Growlix, generally addressed basically every problem I had with the format at the time. And then this one, it's like, okay, we get our once in a year ban list, and it's 5 cards, and 4 of them just do not matter, like are not relevant really. And like, I get it, it's future proofing, they're all loop cards, they're all good hits, yes, but where's the rest of it?
Yeah, that's the thing I think a lot of people have complained about, which is that if your perspective on this is that it's not even that these are not good cards to hit, it's just that the fact that there aren't 2 rows like there was on the one where they took Sakon out back and they cut her head off. It was not even close. And so like, when you get to the part of this, like this cycle where we go through and we're like, great, 7 more months from now, they'll have hit Time Stranger and we'll move past this or whatever. But like, why do we have to? East was talking about this. He did his like recap video, like now that he's like East to the YouTube guy, not East to the host. And he was talking about like, he opened the stream and he was like, chat, get ready to get gaslit. No, but it was funny because it's like, we don't have to wait every time. And like, that seems to be the perception Bandai, like a lot of people have talked about how they're keeping the OTKs in the game, or or that like they're keeping the trait slop stuff around and whatever, all smarter people who have much better records than me have said a lot more about this, and I'm not going to get into that again. But what they are also doing is just truly like, it's so blatant that there is a 6-month cutoff on a set has to be legal for that long for them to hit it. And like, with the exception of the one time they had to take a Apocalypse and solve that problem. And even then, like we talked about it on Andrew's live stream for Worlds, where like we felt Apocalypse got hit really quick. But if you played in the Asian region, like Japan, Southeast Asia, anywhere that like had that card for a prolonged period of time, they had that cat for almost 3.5 months. So like when we talk about like, oh, sometimes they will emergency ban stuff, it's like I don't think everyone around the world feels the same about the pace they ban cards at. So for them to be like, you know, the egregious omissions here are like, there's nothing here to talk about Medusa, there's nothing here to talk about Rock, there's nothing here to talk about Time Stranger killing you on turn 2. But you know, the cynics are all saying, well, that's because the sets are too new and the problems aren't actually here yet. So I just wanted to get your guys' vibe on that, because like one of the things, if this is the standard they're going to enforce, where it's like they won't just straight up take something out the game, even though everyone has told them unilaterally that it sucks. Like, where do we go from here?
It's like so weird. If you compared this ban list to the ban list where was it the last ban list where it just like it killed Purple Hybrid, or was that the ban list?
Purple Hybrid was the one previous.
Yeah.
What was the list before that?
The most recent one was like Gil, Rush Gil, the Growl. I think Sayako.
That one got banned outright.
That one got banned outright. They hit Graph Crush.
Yeah, Graph Crush. Yeah.
Hit Purge.
Let me go on the wiki. Tari has it all dated.
So like those were all good hits, and like maybe Growlix should have gone there, but like I feel like at this point Growlix is like still strong, but with like Imperial, the cards have just kind of like we've gotten to a point where they're manageable. And then the list before that, straight up banned Matt. Just like stop looping Purple Hybrid Tamers and make the deck a little bit more balanced, right? They were going after stuff and actually like solving it. Relevant pair bans, lots of bans. Agunimon limited to 1, so you couldn't Red Hybrid and Birds was just like stopped. Garuda X to 1. Even I love that card dearly, but that card had to go. Get like all the zero cost options to 1. So like Meggy couldn't play free Grav Cushion the Jack Raid. Stuff like that. Great. Excellent ban list that were actually solving problems and like not straight up killing some of the deck. They would just bring the power back. And then it comes to this ban list, and like the foundation for this is what frustrates me the most about it. The foundation for the ban list we just got is actually decent. The problem is they've been far too lenient. Like there's no Crimson Blaze hit, which I don't care what you say. I don't care if you think in your little fantasy land that Crimson Blaze is somehow saving the meta from being too egregious. It's not. It's being abused by Medusa, and it is Droll and Lockbird that is turn skipping you and creating non-games.
It's being abused by everything. It's not just Medusa.
Like,
if I have to play a Royal Knight's Mirror where we pass each other 6 memory 3 times in a row, I'll kill myself.
Royal Knights was using it, and it doesn't even belong in their deck. It's just, I have Dynasmon, or I play
Jesmon and Dynasmon sure do let me turn the other guy off for a turn.
Like, it was just turn skipping, like, but because it checks Hoodimon, it suddenly gets a free pass. Let's ignore the fact that Medusa plays it for 4, burns 2, and stops you from playing into Styrakomon. Excellent. So like, no Tumblemon hit, because why are we allowed to loop a free memory off of effects like every single time? I don't care if the deck isn't winning every single event. It's not a fun thing to play into. Watching them go, I'm gonna detach Tumblemon, I'm gonna put it back. I'm gonna detach Tumblemon, I'm gonna put it back, and I'm gonna detach Tumblemon, and I'm gonna put it back again. Ooh, crazy. There's like so many other hits that they could do. But like, I'll talk from the perspective of Hoodie here. I've been playing Hoodie post ban list. This Shack hit does fuck all. I am still finding it constantly. I search 20 cards per game. I will dig an amount of cards per game. I can recur it from Betamon. So if it's hit out of security, I get it back. And at worst, I will find Paildramon and do more damage than I would have done with Shakumon and just sack that way. Like, we didn't fix anything. The only thing we did was prevent Cerbex from ever being used again, but okay, what about the rest of the stuff?
The worst bit is Protoform's still at 4, so like if you just start putting stuff on top of your Cerbex, once you find it once, you found it enough. This is why they killed Matt, because they're like, 1 isn't enough. I need him gone.
Yeah, exactly. And they've stuck to that. Like, that logic was great. Like, okay, you see 1 Matt, you see 20. And then they just didn't do it for like the list after where Rush Gil was still at 1. It's like, okay, but like you can still loop this singular copy of the card. And then like you guys said, for Cerbex, for Shack, whatever, it's like we've talked about how purple goes through his whole deck. Like, why are these purple cards should not be at 1. They should just be at 0.
it's getting to a point where hitting to 1 is no longer good enough, and we now need to start like again they did it with Matt. They did it with Matt, and it's like, yeah, purple hybrid, you don't get this anymore. You can't loop your cards anymore. You can't use this tamer for free value. It's gone. You now have to actually work for your value. Good. That is a good change. But like Dorugray, like goes back to like Dorugray being at 1. It's like, okay, Alphamon would not like OTK you every single game, but they would do some games, and that was still a problem.
Yeah. I mean, there are also degrees to the ban list where it's like, I have gone on this show and talked about how I think if a card is toxic enough to have gone to 1, for the health of the game, it's better to 0. And I generally don't want to entertain putting things to 2 or 3. I think that's kind of ridiculous. Just, it won't produce the like changes like this unless Bandai have a hidden, way better data set than we all do. And I've tried really hard to make really good data sets. Unless they've got that, they don't have the merit to be able to say like, oh, actually, if we put this to 3, it makes this amount of players feel better about the game in this capacity, and it meaningfully interfaces with like this part of the tournament cycle. Like, it just doesn't happen. So there are levels to this, though. Like the difference between Greymon having Greymon X at 1 and Dark Animals having Skull Belushi at 1 is oceans of difference. Because there are games where Greymon won't see, like they will not see Greymon X once in a game on occasion. I would be absolutely blown away if like current Mallow would like draw 5 or sorry, filter 5 and then draw 2, trash 2, and like the full 9 yards they go through to do their 1 Skull Belushi combo a game. If any of that stuff even remotely affected this card, I would be floored, because like they aren't hitting cards from the perspective of how they're actually being used and in what context are the cards impacting the game. They're just hitting the cards because people are mad about them. And I understand we should be mad about them, but like you also have to take stuff like this into consideration that like as the game gets older, like Tom said, like it's not good enough anymore when we have this many one-ofs. Because like we all joke about Gas. Gas is like the least, it's about as like he had it a deck as possible. And it's 18 damn near one of nightmares, right? Like the deck is just an abomination of like their mulligans are more likely to have restricted cards than not when you look at the average topping Gas list. And like that's not tenable at this kind of like, if we're supposed to pretend we're going for a competitively integral environment, it shouldn't be down to like, was your mulligan Garuru X or Gabu X? Like, no, dude, get out of here. And I don't think there's anything in the game where that's more true than the memory extender options, Jambo's Infinity Stones and stuff.
Yeah. It seems like again, it seems like they're so out of touch, like you said, about how these cards are actually being played. Because like, so take Hootie Loop for an example, right? Okay, all these options are limited of 1, but I can play Hammer Spark, Grab Crush, HBD, Blinding, Win Rate 2, I guess. So that's like 6 like broken ass one-ofs. So instead of it just being like, oh, he occasionally draws the 1 of Blinding Ray, it's okay, I'm pretty much always drawing 1 of these. And then it just turns into like non-games where you're just getting OTK'd.
Yeah, it's the contextual application of like, is the significance, Bandai would be like, yes, we did it. Blinding Ray is gone. They're not blinding raying you every time, but they are doing 1 of those 5 things a game. And you're like, okay, it doesn't actually change the interaction 2 players have when they're like, sorry, bro, it was insecurity and now I have it. Or like, you know, I
especially with like everything being like trait swapped and rainbow colored. It's like we can just play 2 to 3 of all these broken options whenever we want. And like, that should not be the case. Like you guys are saying, like hitting to 1 is just not enough, but they just don't understand like enough which card should be at 1 and which cards could be at 0. Because I think there are some cards that 1 is like whatever, but for the most part, I think almost everything that's at 1 should just be banned.
A lot of the options especially should just be gone.
Yeah.
Especially with so many multicolor decks nowadays. And then like we're only gonna get more multicolor decks when we get like all the tag flop decks are just like Shine's yellow red, Mirage will be blue something.
Yeah, Ravemon is purple, like Yoshi's green. Like okay, I can play all these.
Ada Squad is getting set up to be like a level 5 whoop your ass aggro deck that will be able to play literally every single one of the Infinity Stones, by the way. Like literally every one of the colors is represented.
Yeah.
And if it's as broken, they'll just do it again.
I don't understand. But I'm not in the design team.
Some might say we have a portfolio that suggests that we shouldn't be on the design team.
Listen, the Banlist Court Road videos, despite we don't like making them and that the YouTube audience don't like watching them, that doesn't mean that we're not right about banning all those cards.
Oh no,
I meant
time
will come
content.
back for BL Starmon.
No, I meant the bonus content. The cards we design, our dual cards were crazy, and they can have those for free if they want to do that. But like, some of the cards we've made are horrendous.
True facts.
Speaking of, Jambo sent me a fucking Deltamon today. He got bored.
He's just dreaming up custom cards.
Yeah, it was peak.
He's not taken to the new job very well.
He needs something to do, you know.
Yeah, he designed DM5 Deltamon. If you were to guess like what color your Deltamon that would like fix Millenni would be, like what would you?
You'd probably make it purple, right?
Yeah, you think that?
Like green.
Bro gave me a mono blue Deltamon. I was like, this is designed by the devil, man. Like, what is this?
So you can play Hammer Spark, bro.
Oh no, it's okay. In Chimeramon, the DM shit pile, I do need more blue ones because there definitely aren't just good blue DM cards.
It was on delete draw 1 as its inheritance. Like, that's really funny, actually.
I have one more thing I want to say about the ban list really quick, because folks have talked about the part of what makes this so frustrating is the cadence of them, and like that we only get them 6 or 7 months apart or whatever. We only get 2 of them at a time over the course of a year. Haha, funny, I did get to squeeze in 6, 7. Haha, you got it. I'm jingling the keys.
He's talking about B-chat.
Oh shit, what was I gonna say? Can't have been that funny.
Ban lists are infrequent.
Oh yeah, sorry. Thank you, Moment. Ban lists, God, we should get you on more often. These guys are jerks. So the other thing that people have talked about is that the infrequency of the ban lists is getting to the point where it's like we know that cards won't get hit until they're a certain amount old. Part of the hiccup to this particular ban list is, and I've seen a couple of people talking about this, is AD01 is coming, and I think there is a certain amount of like speculation about like I've never seen them do this. I think it's really interesting actually, where they basically have gone on the record and said like, hey, we believe in earnest that these 5 decks are going to represent like something that we think you could both bring new players into the game with and some kind of like meaningful interaction in terms of like a power floor for the card game. So the 5 decks they picked, if you haven't seen this, because I tried to find this press release to talk about it the other day, and it's not on the AD01 product page,
it was
which
on
is like
Twitter, right?
Yeah. Do you want to scroll the Digimon Twitter?
Yeah, give me you keep yapping.
They've talked about that like it's Imperial, blue-green, thank God, not red-purple. It's Gallantmon, it's Shine, it's Gamma. Thank you. It's Gammamon and it's Royal Knights. And
Gammamon does not belong on this fucking list.
But they know Virus Busters is coming
Red
out.
Hybrid maybe would be on this list.
Yeah, I was surprised it wasn't Red Hybrid.
Like all the Pro Tag decks.
Red Hybrid needed more cards.
I had written Gammamon off just like you guys had. But then I remembered the EX12 is coming out, and then we got Seriousmon Duel, and like we know that the entire Gammamon line is in Virus Busters. So they clearly print this product with the knowledge that they are going to be treating these decks as like the guys for the year. This is your set. We don't know anything about AD02. We don't know, the sales numbers aren't out because I think this shit comes out on Friday. I've seen like a couple people opening boxes in Japan, and like that's about it. Like it's not something, I can't get them at my local game store tonight, for example. So when it comes to like how they're going to approach the ban list, I think that they're going to try and treat things in like they're not doing rotation, but they are going to do like your deck gets 1 ticket to being good for this 6-month window. And like we're in the Liberator 6-month window. If by September we are also getting killed by Magnetic Dramon, I'll be hands up, I'll be wrong. It's just how it is. Not that I've been wrong on the show before, but it could happen. But when we get to this point where it's like, they clearly want you to be taking these events to things. They want you to they want TommyNT, the fish guy, to take SP Manga Ryugumons to his next regional. And they haven't got the memo that you're not going to do that. That's fine.
Yeah, they should have printed better cards.
Yeah. But regardless, this is where they feel like it seems like in terms of product support and like Bandai's sort of invisible hand over things, that this is what they want to do. And this is why like everyone was like, where's Growl X? Where's the Royal Knights hit? I can't believe Roll Knights got away with it again. Like in a vacuum, it just gets to be boring again now instead of like.
They also just got more support.
Yeah, right. It's crazy.
Neo Mecha.
So when it comes to like how they're gonna do this, I think we can kind of think about it not like everyone's first reaction is to be like, it's like the Yu-Gi-Oh ban list. It's just to sell boxes, and I'm like, yeah, man, sure. It's a card game. They got to do that at some point. But it's also about like actually being able to go like, these are all the decks that were good this year. And the smoking gun to me is that for the first time this year, when you go on the World's 2025-2026 page, it tells you what everyone played to qualify, and it has their list and it has the information about the player.
Oh, I know that.
And if you go on there, all of this information is like, look what was good at these events throughout the year.
There's some really funny ones like
yeah, don't get me wrong, China loves the hybrid deck, bro.
Right.
But every week me and Jimbo, I'll leak it. We're not gonna play it. We've been trying like we're playing like black base purple hybrid with the Karamon stuff.
What? Well, like under the gun or
no, sorry, like Duskmon Velgarmon. But the Kara X was really saucy because it gave you Armageddon, and it gave you a token to do chip with if you had to, but it gave you Armageddon.
It's just 3-cost rush body.
And Armageddon fucks all the Liberator 7s, and it fucks Roll Knights.
Yeah.
So funny. We were like, ooh, kind of quirky. But yeah, anyway, it's neat to me that like these things kind of now get to exist as like time capsules, and it feels like that's what they're trying to do.
3 Graph Crush.
Yeah, try not to look at them because it makes you feel a little sick. I can't believe people earnestly told me Rush Gilmon wasn't the problem. I don't understand.
Yeah, that's
okay. That's my done ranting about the ban list. You've all been good sports. I just think don't give up hope, guys. It's gonna be okay.
The last thing I would like to say about this briefly is I understand your points make perfect sense, and I agree. And it like makes sense to me. I didn't expect any EX11 or BT24 decks to get hit. They're too new, right? It's like they want to push Time Stranger. Medusa winning Worlds was their best case scenario, right? Like Owen wins like in the comics and he wins.
Yeah, narratively, like, how much better could it get?
Yeah, exactly. And that's all fine and dandy. Like I get it. We'll wait on the Tumblemon ban, but like it doesn't make sense to me when there's clear problems from like all the old shit that we just like won't hit. Like, would anybody really be sad that Blinding Ray or HBD and cards from literally 5+6 years ago at this point would get hit? Like, they're not archetypal cards. They're not new at all. Like, it doesn't make sense.
They're also
I think you're right.
Not expensive either. If people are like precious about like, oh, I've had this card and as a collector or whatever, I really resonate with this card because it's done so much for me. But like, Blinding Ray's been reprinted 4 times. It's about to get a 5th one. Like, bye-bye.
Exactly. Yeah.
I'm just going to check really quick how many of them are in 81's reprints, because that's the other thing I was talking about is like, I made a joke earlier that when we were up at 5 in the morning and I saw, I immediately read the serial number for Calling from Darkness and wanted to die. Yeah. I was for real worried they were.
It felt like a kick in the face. Like right before that ban list, there's like, hey, here's all these shiny new option cards, like limited. And I'm like, they know. Bro, it's crazy because they gave Blinding Right's alt art with Magna. Like, that's not an archetypal thing. It's Kudamon.
They knew. They would 100%.
Yeah, Bird's getting one too. Like, it's nuts.
Yeah, it's so sick because like we were doing this off the JP broadcast in order to not cannibalize the English one.
Yeah.
There was like the brief moment where everyone was reading and trying to figure out. I was like, oh shit, Argamon, that's really cool. Is that HPD Blinding Ray? What the fuck is that? Ice Wall. And then everyone kind of paused and looked at Calling and went, are you Calling or are you Demonic Disaster? Because like the artwork, I'm like, I'll believe this is a Demonic Disaster. That's awesome. Yeah. And then it was just like everything else here is on the ban list. That's Calling.
Okay, they aren't reprinted in AD1. I just had to triple check.
No, these are box toppers for
sorry, not even these ones. I mean like Blinding Ray I mean to say the ones that are not already on the screen right now, like Grav Crush and stuff, those are not being reprinted either. So
no, I think the only one that's being reprinted is Purge, right? Like Purge is the only one that's getting 81 reprinted.
Rush Gilmon is getting reprinted as well.
Never mind.
That's another card, bro. It's from EX4. Who cares if that's
cares?
Like Galamon players have 20 other Gilmons they can play.
It drives me nuts too, because like in terms of like when they keep reprinting things, like if I try and like keep one foot in the door for like a sort of semi-casual understanding of Digimon. I have like a living collection of every Galmon card. Like up to some tournament stuff that like the homies have helped me hook up or I traded with or whatever. So I can tell you the exact number of reprints that separate us from the Japanese players. I know we don't have all the same parity on that. Like, despite unification, we're missing starter deck reprints, we're missing EX set reprints that they got just continually for free over the course of the last 2 years that we never got. So for them to be like arbitrarily, by the way, like some of them are good. Like Vidramon was a much needed reprint for a deck that will do nothing this year. But it will matter that 90-pound card is now only $20.
It'll make little Timmy at locals happy.
Exactly, so. Right? Just sorry, little Jambo. But when they get to like the actual contents of these sets, like Andrew said, like Purge being in here is like it's a kick in the balls, man. Because we're missing the reprint that everybody really wanted them to give us. Plus, we're getting it in this. So, like, it's further incentive for them to just be like, and you'll get it, and that's the story. Good luck.
Yeah.
So, I think the significant change is that they either need to just do a bunch more of these things, or they need to get really good at communicating this stuff to us. The write-ups are great, and I've always been a fan of the fact that they do them, because in other card games, sometimes you get, like, this overperformed, we'd like to stop that. And that's, you could say that 100 times. So, if they get better at keeping it consistent and explaining, like, because of, it's when they write, like, because of the restricted design space, this card, like, reduces, like, that is the exact thing players need to jump off the hate train. Like, when they're like, Skullbluchimon, physically, we just can't keep designing purple while this thing
card
exists.
is the funniest hit on the whole list, because it's really like that if you don't know, you're like, what did he do?
Yeah. But if you know, you're like, oh yeah, that makes
Titans,
sense.
Dark Animals, fucking.
Especially
even
with
Myotis
like,
is doing it.
We
like,
know Plutomon is coming out next set, so like all those purple hits, I get it. Like Undead, Dark Dog.
Yeah.
I mean, Cerberus is the canonical line, right? Like we're probably getting another Cerb. It's like all that stuff makes perfect sense.
He's also in the Nightmare Soldiers if they're expending Nightmare Soldiers in EX12, so that's a whole other line. But yeah. I don't know. They just have to get better at keeping it consistent. And like I've heard whispers that they're trying to do more of them in a year.
Yeah, the list would be genuinely. This list would be fine if we hadn't waited 7 months for it.
Yeah.
If we knew we were getting one in like,
bad.
if we knew we were getting one in like May, even like June at a push, it'd be like sure, we'd be annoyed because of like the current meta, but like it would be fine. But like knowing that we get 2 a year, and they either go Scorched Earth and murder 7 cards, or they hit 4 purple cards and the obvious hit in the room, you're like, okay.
Yeah, there were no unlimits at the last one, and there were 14 cards whose status became restricted or banned, versus this one had 5.
The unlimits are also
so
really
like
interesting.
the consistency is crazy.
They've
if your card is toxic enough to go on there once, we don't need to try and give it another chance. It's
but you know what this means?
I generally agree.
Every single ban list prediction is now going to include what can come off the ban list this time. Before, if they hadn't done it,
it's because they're pushing Data Squad, and we need to give them the Shine and Mirage card.
They get 6 months now.
Yeah, we know it's not going to do anything, but it's just like, dude, just stop. Then I have to hear my locals talk about, oh, when can Cross 4 come off? Like, bro, just shut up.
Greymon X can come back, guys. Or Greymon's not doing anything.
Yeah.
But yeah. Anyone else got anything they want to? Let's talk about the ban list. I legit, by the way, I feel for the developers, because there isn't actually a way, like, between the need to sell the stuff and the need to appease tournament players and competitive and casual players. Like, the brackets of people they have to try and entertain with these decisions, it's must be impossible. So I'm sympathetic, but like, just it's a lot easier to sympathize if you go, hey, here's why.
Also, if there was proof that they used European tournaments as part of their data set.
There was a
Mirage is the only one that's ever felt like they are acknowledging what has happened outside of Asia, because like even the Mallow one, like Mallow Loop is a lot more despised and also popular in terms of play.
Yeah, no one here cares, bro. I was really surprised to see that. Like, again, I get it, it's a loop card, but I was just like, no one plays Mallow.
They hate it in Japan, man.
Yeah, like it's really interesting from that kind of perspective. But like, if there was more acknowledgement that the fucked up things that OCE had been doing with Growlex and Cerbex and that for months had come into play, it would have been nice. What if they just put on a Hall of Fame, like, we banned this card because we hate moment.
You did it! You won!
Yeah.
Well, you did so good that they hit the level 4 as well. That's the truth.
That was crazy. I didn't expect them to hit level 4. That part was pretty crazy.
Dude,
we are sick and tired of seeing exactly Gilles and Momin drawing one and trashing one 20 times per game.
I've never seen them write on a card on the bet. Like when you go and like look at the little write-ups, they don't do it as much anymore, but sometimes they're like, this card was better for longer than we thought it would be. Like when they hit the hybrid stuff, that was their main thing. And they were like, my bad, we'll be careful about that. The Doberman X hit specifically is so funny because they're like, it gains memory, it draws cards, and it discards. It does literally everything purple wants. We can't keep this thing around.
I think they
longer.
also genuinely forgot that Goblimon would make it a 0 cost because why play like when K came out, I was like, oh sick. Sangalutmon, that's my go. I'll play Grand Dracmon. And I looked at all the cards and I'm looking at the level 4 slot and I'm like, I could just Dober X here and gain more value than swinging and dying.
All right. Now that we've made poor chat here is all talking heads our way through Banlist discussions. We have a little time segmented out here for anything that we think obviously or maybe not obviously seems like it might be pretty sweet after the Banlist, because in case you aren't aware, folks, it doesn't start until next weekend. So you have a little bit longer to enjoy right before the first UK regional of the year, which is actually, it's weird that it's happened 3 times in a row.
What's even funnier is there was actually a brief window where we thought it might have not been in effect because they pushed it back for time zones or some shit. So we're like, oh, so it starts like an hour before the tournament. Is it legal? But also the concept of your deck getting banned in day 2. Imagine topping and then getting DQ'd because your shit's no longer legal.
Bro got carried by Skull Belushimon. They're like, nah, man, no top cut for you.
It would only affect Hoodie players and like KDA and Levia players, which is the like I would be hooked. I would have to take Time Stranger, which oh no, heaven forbid I take another broken deck.
Speaking of Time Stranger, that is actually my quiet little pick for the deck. Not that everyone is surprised that Time Stranger is going to be good or not, but Time Stranger in particular, the like mid-range Minerva stuff is like kind of perceived as stronger. It feels like in Western results, it's that deck that like I think a lot of more people have gravitated towards, partly because in best of 3, I think it's nice to have like multitudes to your game plan. Like you can either do Sylphimon 3 damage before start of turn and just cheese the shit out of somebody that way, or you can build a strong board with Minerva and Venus, or you can like actually develop some of the like free play tamer stuff and get the multiple rush bodies. Like there's layers to its game plan, which in our best of 3 format I think makes a difference. Whereas like try as people have and they've done their best, like I have not seen aquatic like Abyss area convert nearly as well. So my suspicion is that post Banlist, I think you should actually get ready to see more Abyss area because of one specific thing, which is that everyone's immediate like big bad of the format is Medusamon, and Abyss area interacts more favorably with Medusamon's repeated deletion than Minerva midrange. So if I had to give one deck for the chat to be like, I don't know what to play, Tom, what do I do? I would go watch Aki, go watch the VODs. The list probably changes a little bit to actually give you some early aggression, because like the Lanamon, Kalamaramon stuff is like, it's good, but there are like layers to it's got a terrible mirror match. Like the deck hates playing against itself because they just sack each other out of security. Specifically, like neither of them can play through the other person's Venus Neptune. Like there's just nothing you can do about it. So once you get good at that, you'll be able to play through it. But it's one of those ones where it's like that deck is fundamentally, it's going to get new toys throughout the rest of the year. If it's a blue Time Stranger card, it will probably stay relevant. And I have a feeling it'll maybe not off the rip. I think a lot of people are just going to play Rox and Medusa. But I think it might surprise people in the next couple months. I think certainly by the end of BT25, I suspect it will have a top. That's my cold shot. Anyone else got anything that they're like, this is obviously waiting in the wings?
Not legal for Bristol, but I think Jupiter, thanks to the new cards, is going to go fucking crazy.
That deck's going to be so much better.
A second playable Aegeomon, finally!
And a third. Sorry,
Aegeo,
like not Aegeocus.
You don't have to play the shitty promo anymore.
Yeah, we don't have to play the shitty promo.
You can cut that barrier blocker.
I can't believe like it was one of those ones that like sometimes a card gets the Redditors talking, and I was like, is it blue or black? What are they gonna do? It's just both. They don't want it to be yellow anymore. Bandai's onto you. That's what I mean. They actually do read the like social media. They're in the Twitter, they're in the Reddit. They're like, what do people think about the reveals? Because there's no way they didn't know this was going to be funny to people. This card's ridiculous though. Like, are we kidding? What is this? Zero memory to Digivolve. This deck needed that.
Well, yeah, on top of the DP minus that you were already doing.
Andrew, is there a particular like reason, or are you just like at this point the card quality is too high that you're like, how could it be bad?
You now feel like you might have a deck as opposed to an assortment of cards.
Half Agemon, half yellow vaccine. Hope for the best.
I'll give it this. I actually the feels like the thing in Agemon is that like if you look at the Worlds results and you look at the Japan finals, which are like the two places that I was gonna say it did okay at Vegas, but it was certainly not the best represented Time Stranger variant. I think that was Minerva, if I remember correct.
It was like it was more like a zoo
like
pile.
central, yeah.
With
just
like 3 or 4 of
beating.
like Neptune, Rookie, Venus, and Minerva.
But in Asia, the like Jupiter Ruin Mode Turbo was like very popular.
That deck's so dumb.
Jill played 2 of them. I'm like, what are we? What, where has this come from?
That deck is so popular there that they wanted the Kyaramon hit, which was my favorite part of the Banlist cycle.
Oh yeah, the Nyaro, yeah.
Or sorry, the Nyaro, my bad. Yeah, they wanted the Nyaromon hit. And so it's like, one of the cool things I think about these cards is that I think it finally pushes the deck in the direction that like you actually will choose out of preference to play the Time Stranger stuff and not just like Salamon and Patamon and you hope you sack the other guy hard enough. Because it means that like instead of playing trainings, you're gonna have like the custom card Time Stranger memory boost that your custom card Tamer plays out, and you search 5 memory infinitely for free for the rest of the game. So it's a cool like variation on like where they can actually make an identity. I know a lot of people are sick of trait slop, but I'm also sick of yellow just being a deck that makes Ruin Mode 9 times in a year, or 9 formats in a row.
Yeah, well, maybe they should just hit Ruin Mode. I bet no one ever thought about that.
Yeah, I mean, don't worry. This Shine support
Shine
is definitely right? What will take it over the edge.
Do you think they'll get you think we're gonna get a Ruin Mode in the Digimon Data Squad set coming up?
Oh, 100%.
Like,
It's going to be
a new Ruin Mode to get rid of the old one.
It's going to be a super rare, and it's somehow still going to be better than the secret rare.
It's going to put itself in security and then out of security.
Yeah, it's going to be -10 out the gate, and it's like all turns when a security is removed, triggers one Digivolving effect again.
The nice part will be that to keep it balanced, it won't recover +1. That's the.
Oh, true.
Yeah. Dude,
my actual pick is Millennium though, Loki.
But okay, we're talking like Millennium. Yeah, we're talking like Millennium isn't already a good deck.
Yeah, but the problem is Tom has the data set that shows that it was doing really well in Asia.
It was
but
the
like,
third best converting deck in Asia before.
But because there's like no footage of it, most people don't know that. Most people are like, "Whoa, Millennium could have won Worlds." And it's like that. Yeah, we were keeping it under wraps because unless you specifically know the Asian data set where they figured that shit out, or your Olympus or from.
Well, they were playing a different kind of list though. They were still on the like Demi-Mera stuff.
This is I was actually going to say this is why it's not going to do well in here. It's because people are still pilled on Demi-Mera because I'm going to swing at security and pitch 1 or 2 and I get so much value. And then they hit a Tamer security and lose the game.
Yeah, dude. Thanks for checking. Owen Dreadnought, my best friend.
Oh, but my ISM's gonna play Millennium from Trash from 5. I don't now no longer have a Digimon on board, and now I'm on an off turn against Medusumon, which is the fastest deck in the game right now. Ugh.
Any news on Megidramon doing well?
Well, boy, do I have a funny list for you, boy.
Okay.
Do you want to buy 8001 SP rare Gallantmons and have nothing else to do with your free time? Do you remember Trinity Burst is collecting dust and you're buying it? I have the deck for you.
If you would like to do 5 checks and a rush swing for game, boy, do we have the OTK line for you.
This deck is dog shit.
Yeah, but I don't even want to. It's the funniest version of the dog shit.
Yeah, the gimmick is you need the BT17 Takato, who like end of turn biomerges, and you need the Megidramon BT21 level 5 in raising. You promote, you Trinity Burst, You swing. You do 3. You're presenting 3 damage with the alliance tokens. Then you go into Megi. Now it's 4 damage because you do it when attacking. Megi will blow himself up at the end. He'll trash the last security, and at end of turn timing, you will now turn into the garbage 81 Gallantmon who will swing for game. And he's immune to doing that the whole time. So
as one of the Spanish players, Rookie Rush GG.
I know.
He just posts like YouTube shorts of just like, here's 7 cards that make an OTK.
Yeah, here's an OTK I'll surely get off one time in my life.
Did you see the
Hoodiemon one's my favorite.
The Tommymon with hoodie?
Yeah.
Oh, that's that guy? Yeah.
I'm gonna find Time Stranger Sylphimon. I'm gonna find exactly Wormmon, Erica, Hoodie, Time Stranger Sylphimon, and Sendrelmon.
Oh, Sendry's my favorite one. Just like, yeah, fucking overclock for game. Why not? Sure.
Listen, I can sit here and be like, it's not gonna work or anything, but in Europe, that is the sort of deck that might accidentally sneak into a top 8. So
that's
as a region,
the Metal Empire guys will just be like,
yeah, exactly.
Oh yeah, you're dead, by the way.
The Spanish players continue to show that they can just do that, like tournament in, tournament out.
They're gonna have a 5 built in the back. You're gonna check one thing in security. It's Staccato, and you go, what does he do? And he just goes, don't worry about it.
Oh,
Mono red Staccato, purple Digimon.
He gains me a memory. Anyway, for 8 costs.
Moment in Tom, you guys got any decks that you'd like to shout out that aren't the terrible slop OTK piles?
I can tell you a deck that won't do it. Won't make it.
That's good enough.
I think Imperial's fake. I'm sorry, guys. I think kill me, slander me, shout out to me on Twitter how my takes are terrible. I think Imperial.
Yeah,
you got
make sure to at Jambo TCG.
It's so good.
True, you're so right. See, I've already been called out right now. You're like, your ceiling has gotten a little higher. So this is like your ceiling was here, it's now here. Your floor is still all the way down here.
What do you think it's going to take for the Imperial players to just suck it up and play the boosts and trainings like the rest of us? Like, they're giving them custom green-blue boosts and trainings.
They needed to get a Ken and Davis tamer. That's start of turn, play out the other one, so you get the start of main.
Oh, like a
like
free
the Liberators all have.
Yeah, like a Hiroko. Like, that's what they need.
Yeah, search top 3 for a free or Imperial in text.
Yeah.
And then bot
Ken
play.
Hiroko.
Yeah, that would maybe do it. But like they literally they can't play if they don't find Daiken. Like, it's the same.
You don't think that the Paildramon having a niche against the already fraud watch as a Fagamon is not going to make the difference? You don't think that's going to matter?
Now what you mention it, actually,
yeah.
Okay. The deck I think will make actual waves is I think puppets will actually come through. I said it before. I think there's too many good quality cards in there. For like you could fall into your card collection, and 50 cards would form into themselves, and if they were all puppet cards, it would be a top 16 deck, like at a regional.
All right, top 16. You heard it here. Moment, you got anything you like to shout out? If you're keeping stuff under wraps, I get that too. Not everyone has to.
I don't think I'm. Me trying to keep stuff under wraps when I'm not like as good as I want to be is kind of cringe. I don't know. I feel like.
Listen, sorry before you answer. I agree with you. If somebody prepares for me at a regional,
long day for you. He could have been on any of 5 dog shit piles.
You think I'm good enough to be in top 16 and prepare for top tables? Sure.
Exactly.
You wanted so much more than me.
That's how I felt too.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like there's like, again, we've talked about the Banlist did nothing, so I feel like Hoodie is still really good, but I guess in terms of new decks, sorry.
No, I've been posting on Twitter. I don't give a shit.
Yeah, I think in terms of new decks, Shine feels pretty competent.
Yeah, man.
That new tamer does quite a lot.
Mode on 1.
The speed at which you can make rune mode, and then I guess by the time we can get BT25, and then you just die from like 7 because you have 10 Marcuses and they can all swing.
And it's like better Diaboromon. They're all like 2-check token chumps now.
I mean from what I've tested a little bit of the deck, it's good. The BT21 Rise Greymon is a god card, and the new stuff's really good. But I feel like that could just definitely high roll into a top 16.
It is very funny that Shine, not only is it Ruin Turbo, but the new lines let you burst mode, like do old burst mode, do 1 billion damage, and if you don't end the game, fuck it, here's a free ruin mode. It's like, this is so dumb.
This is something I hadn't like. This is not as polished. I mean, not that any of my shit takes on this terrible show are like the sort of thing I would usually say is a refined opinion. But Shine is one of those decks that I think actually it represents like a trend in the game that I think is interesting, which is I think we're kind of moving towards like decks that are really good at using Digital Gate Open. Like even if they don't have to, like if that's their current gameplay pattern of like develop tamer, develop stack. I think
it's
that
super cracked in that deck.
So good right now, and like you said, in that deck, it's fucking nuts.
Yeah.
I have seen people take Nightmare Soldiers to levels of consistency I was not expecting that deck to get to, even with the great custom card tamer, and like all of that is because Digital Gate Open is that good. Myotis, like DigiDane will be the first person to tell you.
Yeah, that card hard carried.
DGO breaks Myotis.
Yeah.
So I think a lot of people are going to be like, you should have gone to locals and got your Digital Gate Opens a couple months back.
That's also the other thing about Millennia is like you should have gone to locals for 3 months in a row.
A year now, and they got 12 promos in a year. I'm fine about it.
Still need more.
I'm cool.
No, you don't. No, you don't. You do not need more promos.
No, hear me out. My Chitose.
Millennia also, if I can rant for like 5 seconds, I know that deck is too new that they didn't want. Maybe they just don't know about it.
Well, there's a guy in Liberator moment. There's a dude in Liberator.
Oh yeah, my bad. Dude, Chitose. Surely he even shows up in the comic. If he does, I don't remember.
Yeah, he's getting mogged by Yao in the final chapter.
It's a job.
Okay. Yeah, like that deck is just like everything that Bandai assumingly dislikes in a deck. It's a loop deck that like hand rips and tamer pops and like does all this unfair stuff and has 20-minute turns, and it's really obnoxious, and I want it.
Yeah, it's hilarious because it's 3 different, like we talk about sometimes like decks being like 3 different things in a trench coat. Millennia is the actual 3 dudes in a trench coat because like none of the composite stuff works properly with DM, none of the DM stuff works properly with the composite. And then Chitose's fucking Liberator tagged and is unsearchable on any card and cannot be pitched for cost. They were like, we've tagged him Liberator though. I'm like, okay. And it's like, he said he has Wicked God in text. I'm like, yeah, but we searched by trait. And they're like, he's Liberator tagged though. So that deck is very dumb. At the very least, you can't pitch the DM option because it's a DM option for cost. It is 50 cards that don't intend to work together, but when they do, it's just like we fucked up the game, my bad.
It's the most Yu-Gi-Oh deck I've ever seen, where it's like 3 engines stuffed into one, or like one engine bridges into the other engine, into the other engine. But if you find 3 of them in your starting hand, the deck just doesn't.
The game sometimes is set 3 back row pass.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just really obnoxious to play into.
That's stupid.
Like,
I usually apply.
Why does it interact with every air? Like it interacts with your hand and your trash and your board and your tamers.
And your deck.
Yeah.
Like it does the thing like people used to complain about this with Mirage, man. I'm sorry, this is my kill switch. When Mirage was good because if you aren't already holding the out, the game is over.
Yeah, you can't draw the out.
Millennia does that. Millennia is like, man, I'm taking your shit, and if you didn't have the thing that stopped Millennium on right now,
your next 5 draws
your cards are dead.
Like,
so it's like nothing in Digimon pisses me off more. This is my terrible toxic take. OTK decks I give a pass to because there is nothing in Digimon I hate more than the honest mid-range deck that is like turn 1, I build a board that you simply do not have a way to stop. You sat down on the wrong table number. Your name got pulled out the hat like Hunger Games style, and you are being sent to death because you can't beat Genku X. And it's like Genku X is a shit tier card. He does not significantly represent strong card design.
Another card they should have just hit.
If you're playing red, bro.
Yeah.
Like I don't understand. And then they're like, but Mirage was toxic for all this time because it was in a million things. This is a loop deck. So sure, it's not a million things, but like, y'all, this is the one thing they're good at hitting.
Yeah.
It's so
why can I DNA 4 times in the same turn? Who knows?
Yeah.
It's
and
crazy because
the promos
the broken cards were the cards they printed first. They just had nothing around it. Like BT80 Millenniumon is a fucking amazing card. The deck is considered new because it got 2 new cards.
What a promo, though.
Yeah.
I gotta be honest. I was rebuilding. A list did okay at like one of the larger Korean locals that I had seen. And it was like actually V5 DM like control. And
About
the
time,
intent
by the
is
way.
to for real make Millenniumon in DM. And I was like, oh, that's kind of neat because like the gimmick is that it ends up in all the really obnoxious 5s. If that shit can be made functional by promo Millenniumon, the sky's the limit. We're actually gonna keep getting worse. Like, dude, it's gonna start if they make another good composite Crossheart card, that's getting stolen.
Yeah. Blew my mind when I saw Shoutmon DX in
DX, yeah.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
It's like, that is the one time that card is ever useful.
It's okay. Nene needed this, dude. Or not? Was it Nene?
Yeah, Nene was the composite
Yeah.
one. Because the only reason I knew Shoutmon DX was a composite was when I was looking. I was looking for something. It was probably to do with Bagra, which was finding out that I couldn't use the Nene in Bagra because, unlike Shoutmon, where all of them are composites, most of the Digicross Digimon in Bagra are undead, with the exception being Darkness Bagra. And then I just saw, oh, Shoutmon DX is a composite. Interesting.
That won't come up. Yeah. Oh, Millenniumon. Okay. Let's see. I have one more look at the little docket here because we've been chatting everybody's ears off about Nats or about Worlds. Overall, actually, sorry, I found my notes. Do we have anything we'd like to talk about, like as a recap for the last year of Digimon? Any like highlights, any fun events, any cool games you went to or got to play in? Obviously, Moment, you've been to Worlds and stuff, but like obviously your crazy Nats performance was something that people talked about for a long time as well. Did you have any like particular highlights at the last season of Digimon? And same for you too, Andrew and Tom. Like if you guys have any cool stuff this year that you'd like to shout out before we move into the new season. New season of Misplay, by the way, I'm getting a new background. I'm getting a green screen. We're going to be like 2027, old Digimon is dead. Long live Liberator. It's going to be great. I'm going to get like a Che Guevara flag behind me with Moosemon's head on it.
I guess at least for me, yeah, like the last season has definitely been fun. I think there's just not been that many events, to be honest. Like past our Dallas Nats in September, there was like a total of like one actual regional before February Nats. But I mean, there's definitely been like a lot of like good games. Like all the regionals I've been to were really fun and stuff. And I'd probably say the Dallas Nats I played was really cool because I mean that was like when Gallantmon, like the one that Gallantmon won, and like obviously like all the Gallant decks were super strong. But I remember going into, I think it was top 4 where I played against one of my friends who's local to me actually, and he was playing the DM machine deck. And like the Vaidmon, like machine DM, like DM. This was the first time we had properly seen like DM in a tournament setting, or at least I had. And I didn't realize how good it was until then. I just remembered like that matchup was really memorable. And I remember like going into that match because like Top Cut's open deck list, right? And like everyone else's list, I'm like, yeah, okay, this is standard, whatever. I know how to play against this. And I'm reading all of these cards for the first time. So that was like really cool because I had to just like adapt on the fly because I didn't know what anything did prior to like the match.
Yeah, I mean to learn Veggie Vaidmon like
I knew Vaidmon was broken and that was it. Like I had seen him like on stream like cook Blue Green Imperial and like that's it.
So I remember that matchup.
That's the dream matchup.
Yeah. I had to just like it was fun having to think on the fly. Like that part was cool.
DM Loki is another one of those decks where I'm like I was just saying I was playing Machine. Machine is like, or DM Machine specifically has enough like if your deck can ignore being deleted 5 times in a turn, your Styrakumon matchup's not that bad. And motherfucker DM Machine can do that. So it's a funny one. Yeah. Dallas was a cool one. That was a fun one because they streamed enough of it and like posted about enough of it that we could follow it in Europe, which was cool.
Which is nice. Like I definitely enjoy all the events that are being streamed. Like we don't get it much for regionals, but like for bigger events like the Nats, like that's really cool.
I have to like do fucking business propositions in order to get streams to happen. This is probably like I guess officially I'm dropping from Bristol. I'm gonna be streaming the event, which means I can't play. So like Bristol will have a stream.
Huge.
Yeah. If a Twitch Prime is burning a hole in your pocket, I'm working off the back of love. So like please take money from Jeff Bezos and give it to me. Shout out to the super chat we got earlier as well. Yeah, Bristol Regional will have a stream. I can't speak on the quality because I have no idea what the internet speed will be, but we will make it happen for that 2-day event.
I'll shout out the Misplay for Game case tournament, the Super Villains episode. I don't know why we never came up with the names we wanted to do, but accidentally discovering that we were the UK's second largest tournament organizer that month was a really crazy one for me. So that's the highlight of my year personally.
Yeah, same.
That case tournament, we had like 60 people. Like
we were basically the same size as the Bordeaux regional, which
we had
16...
a bigger event than Bordeaux, and people got to go to Worlds for Bordeaux. Sorry, got to go to Nationals for Bordeaux. So next time people are like, but TommyNT just won some Hodunk event. It's like, no, that was actually the second largest event that season.
That's really cool.
Yeah, we will be doing it again. And speaking of Misplay Mercenaries, well,
yeah. Were we announcing that tonight?
Yeah. First and second from that tournament, maybe go into a couple more events.
So,
No, we're gonna try and support the UK scene even more. It's not just enough putting on tournaments. We want to send people to shit. So Billions.
TommyNT is getting a ticket. Yeah.
Our first and second place is gonna be going to at the very least Bristol, and if we get a second UK regional, they'll go to that too, and we'll do some cool shit. So watch this space. Please support content that's not just gameplay. And if you have free Twitch Primes, please give them to me. I love them. They're so tasty and delicious. They keep me warm at night.
What about you, Tom? Andrew and I said the tournament.
I mean, that was kind of a highlight for me as well. That was the tournament. Just like, I'll take these favors. I'll see what happens.
He
won a regional.
You won a regional this year, man.
It's like crazy because like I didn't go to many events. I actually kind of want to say the highlight, even though I won Bristol and I won the case split. I think it might have been Pontypool though. I think that's kind of what just started the year off on like such a cool note. Like
if you aren't in on the UK Digimon lore, Pontypool hosted the first UK store regional moment, and so TommyNT and I didn't sleep that night. I stayed up all night in a McDonald's because there was no way for me to get to Manchester to take the train on time. So Tom came from his place, met me at the train station, and I had been awake all night, just chilling in a McDonald's, just AFK. We go down to Wales 4 hours later. Our train gets stopped. We have to walk through like a field because there's no traffic paths for anything.
Oh my god.
And we arrive at the store. We're there too early. The owner's late. And then TommyNT goes like, what were you, 5-0 unbeaten on the Meggy list that we were talking about earlier?
Yeah, it was 4-0, and then I lost the final round, which I was guaranteed.
TJ, right?
I think was that stream? I feel like I remember watching that.
Yeah,
it was streamed.
It was like against RK, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was against RK. So it was basically the Meggy list that you suggested. I was just like, it was that period where BT20 had just come out and everyone was like, Megijimon.
Unification was such a fun month, man.
They were putting Kato in, they were playing the EX3 Growlmon.
Yeah.
I had someone play this, like, I see other people play this deck and it's like, it didn't seem that great. And then, that's crazy. I'm going to swing 2 checks, burn 1, play 2 Rush Guillemon, and swing for game. Yeah,
people like him having his fucking weekly battle with everyone in Digica every time he saw like a Takato. And then it was, you did well at a local, and then you did okay at a local. And then on the car ride home, we were like, Grav Crush is at 4.
Yeah.
And that was like the adaptation right before Pontypool was like, what if you just ran as many Grav Crush as you could fit? And he just do it on stream. It's like, oh man, I don't think I have Grav Crush.
Oh man.
Yeah, no, Pontypool was fun.
Pontypool was tight. That was a fun event. Shoutouts. Oh my god, what was this? Is it Dukes the store?
Dukes.
Yeah,
Dukes. Shoutouts to Dukes. You support your local stores. It's important to keep your card and hobby shop scenes alive and well. Yeah.
Man, good fucking year for you, huh?
You had a good run this year. I don't know. I've said this on the show. I think there are seriously like we can all be so nice to the homie Yuxo. He's a great dude. We get along great. I have said this on the show publicly. I think there was a 5-month window where TommyNT was the best player in Europe, and it wasn't. I've said this a bunch of times. From when people were like, Deep Sabers is back to
my ego
Nats,
needs this.
I've
I've got to do it again though. Is the thing.
People asked me about you at Gen Con. because this was the first year I got to go to an NA regional in a long time.
Yeah.
Like I was able to fly back home, and I went to Indy and played Gen Con. That was the first one I had this experience with, where like I got to see a couple people. It was really cool. I beat a vault by 1 spot. That was hype.
Oh, that's cool.
But the one I thought was really funny was that like everyone was always talking about like, but like the IRL events don't count because like Kwang isn't here. So like, are they actually good players coming to these events or not? And I was like, oh, that's weird because in Europe the online events are for cheaters. So like no one treats those events seriously. It was cool to have like, even though we'd all unified and we were all playing the same game again, it was like even that there's like levels. So that was really cool. And it was really tight to do pretty good in my hometown. That was pretty sweet. So that was maybe fuck Misplay. Actually, that might have been my highlight. Dude, getting a Gallimon OTK on a guy under the Peyton Manning statue kicked ass. Actually, never mind. Forgot what I was saying. For the sheriff, I'd do anything. Anyway, that's been 2 hours of Misplay for Game. Moment, do you have anything you'd like to shout out before we maybe suggest the people who are channel members could watch our bonus content after?
No, I mean,
all that stuff.
I'll just shout out like all my homies who helped me test. So everyone who helped me prepare for Nats and for Worlds and helped me build my deck together and was just supportive along the way, including you guys. Like, I know this is the first time we've like formally sat down and talked, but like I've known Tom and Andrew through proxy, and I talked to Trix a lot and Jambo as well. So shout out to the whole Digimon community, man. I love being a part of the community, and everyone does games really sick. So
shout out to Jambo. I'm glad that Marcio doxed
him and now we're all friends. It's awesome.
yeah.
Marcio, I try not to think about the fact that Jambo was like 20 at the time. Like sometimes
Dude, he's so young, bro.
He's so young.
Yeah, he's so tall.
That's why he's so rage baitable.
It's true.
Yeah.
That's why Jambo, the best part of Jambo. Oh, thank you for pulling up the YouTube channel. I was gonna say, this helped me pass my judge test the first time before they rescinded everybody.
Oh, I'm glad that was helpful.
Thank you. I appreciate
that. Makes me happy.
I gotta get on the. They're doing like I missed the slots last year, and then basically for the rest of the year I was in Misplay for Game tournament prep mode and then Nats prep mode. So I never got to do another exam. They announced like a bunch of emergency slots recently because everybody's getting store regionals and stuff going. So I was like, sick, I'm going to pass the test. So I went back and watched a bunch of Donkey Nog videos to get.
It was also super fun. I don't know if I should be saying this, so I'll just like say this with like a very like not super direct, but like when they had made everyone do the retake because like and all that, there was a ton of Levia questions on that test.
Oh,
how are you biting crushers off? Easy, dog.
I think that's why, actually. I'm willing to just put that on the table and say it's because of you.
Meanwhile, the Takado, we still flame one of our guys that was going for that. He's failed his
I get mad
test
about
like
the
3
fail warp
times.
ruling once a month.
Yeah, him not knowing the Takado fail warp in a region that Saf at this point had won 2 regionals on Red Hybrid. I was like, how the fuck do you not know how Takuya works?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
My favorite video of yours was before I knew your actual like first name. So I knew you as Donkey Nog the creator, and then I was like, oh yeah, this Moment guy on stream seems pretty cool. But just like you and I did the exact same thing back when Beelzemon came out, where you thought you could cast rivals and then set it.
Oh yeah, and then like stays in battle.
And I was just like,
I'm still so ashamed of that.
Dude,
bro.
that video made me laugh because I thought the same thing, and then after I was like, you think I'm taking ruling advice from Donkey Nog, the guy that doesn't know shit? And then it's like, oh damn, Moment is that's my go.
I had to lock in, bro. Like I was like, okay, I can't let this stain my reputation.
Could you imagine if Barrage did that though? Like, I'll pay 7 to clear your board.
That's why I was playing local there, and I was like, this shit's broken.
This is the most broken purple card they've ever printed.
I was like, Beelstar, play rivals, add back Beelstar every time. Like,
that's what when they finally make Ravemon Duel, that's what Ravemon Duel is. Delay.
Some of the most fun I've had was playing with EX Rivals Barrage, where it could do that. Me and Tom were just sat at like 2 a.m. playing Gallantmon versus Beelzemon, and I'm like, I nearly threw up from laughing too hard. That was one of the funniest formats I've ever played.
Because we made 8 in one turn, and you stole 6 memory.
Yeah, it was sick.
I get mad about that monthly.
I got a lot of shit for that. So it's a learning process. We're card gamers. We have to read cards. I would hope I've come a long way since that shit.
Yeah, and the game's only gotten more complicated.
He's right. Raging Serpentine does the thing you thought he did.
It does do that, but it doesn't like take a card from your trash and add it back. That was like Serpentine's great. Don't get me wrong, but it's like
Oh, DigiPanda was on my like celeb Digi list that I didn't get to meet because I thought he might be a Gen Con. So if I get to another NA event this year, that might be the move. We're doing shoutouts and stuff. Yeah, shoutouts to the Donkey Dog YouTube channel because you put a lot of work into that and it was very helpful. So thank you for that, man. That judge level 1 test I passed came up exactly once in my whole life.
I'm glad.
I got a shout out really quick. And not Misplay for Game shout out, the TommyNT shout out. Earlier this week on X, the Everything app, Lamau, I put up a post about how I'm doing some esports writing. It would mean a bunch to me if you would go check it out. I'm writing for a long love of mine in League of Legends esports. Andrew has been ever so kind to help me get connected. It would appreciate, it would come a lot from me. You guys would go check that stuff out if you're at all interested. We've been writing some really great, like, hey, if you've been out of the game for a little while, or you don't know about esports, this is what you could do. So check that out. That'd be great. Check out the Twitter. It's at the TommyNT. And shout outs to Thunderpick for hosting all my stuff. That's real cool. I appreciate it. Yeah, that'd be tight. Thanks.
I love journalism.
Yes. Also check out MCR DTCG on Twitter. That's the Manchester regional Digimon account that we've been running again recently. Making some consistent effort. Digilab is a game changer. If your locals aren't on Digilab, it was promoted about 3 weeks ago on the Digimon TCG 2020 subreddit. It is like it's so sick. Yeah, Digilab is tight because it's like a chess like elo tool to determine like how your player rankings and stuff stack up over multiple locals that you're going to and stuff like that.
Oh, I thought you meant the option card. I was
No,
like,
that card is also broken.
That card's also
okay,
crazy.
okay, this makes more sense.
Yeah, it's digilab.app or something. Oh, I'm such a big fan.
App.digilab.
App.digilab, thank you. Yeah, it's super tight. And if you go to the map at the top where it says like all like scenes, I think it is, there's like a view of the world and stuff. I forget how it works, but you can see like an actual map of like the whole planet and like where everybody is, which is super tight.
I do not know
how
to
stores? I don't remember.
Yo, shout out Yuxo being 4th.
yeah.
Well, that's cool. They got rankings?
Yeah, they had like chess elo, bro. It's super tight.
Man,
I really wish I'd known that before I started throwing like 2 locals with fish and
listen, it'll reset every format anyway. So, you know, this is tight until Digimon Elysion comes out, Lamau.
Yeah, like you can see some cool results. The elo system is there as a thing that exists. You can get your stores listed.
Yeah, you can put up the schedules and stuff now. The guy behind Digilab, his username is, I want to give him a correct shout out this time because I did not do it last time. His name is AtomShell, AtomShell, AtomShell. AtomShell is working really hard on basically creating a tool that can support your locals because like we want to be able to have people know where your stores are. If I could find the way to show the map, I would because I'm being stupid and I can't find it. But it's like super cool. There's like maps of every continent where Digimon players are. You report your store, you say what night your event is on. And it's like super tight. So I recommend basically everyone go have a look at it. It's Andrew, it's on the left of the screen. It's the second from the bottom in that column. You see their stores?
Stores?
Yeah. And then this should pull up the cool Ghostbusters globe. This works. And you can zoom all the way out and look at stuff. And this shows you where like all the tournaments and stuff are. Well, you don't need to zoom that far out.
Yeah, the world is repeating. All right, there we go.
But yeah, you can check out like where all the events and stuff are near you. If you zoom in on America, it turns green because there's actually so many events near there that it will like split them back out.
That's cool.
But yeah, you can click on it and see where everything is. So I recommend it a bunch. You should go check it all out. And then we've been posting, the reason I brought this up is at MCRDTCG is where we're posting all of the like Greater Manchester regional stuff. So check it out on there. Plus, every now and then Andrew goes on there and highlights cool stuff he sees online. So
yeah.
You should go look at that. Go follow that. We'd appreciate you. You got anything you'd like to plug, Mr. Tricks on the Sticks? Mr. Checks on the X?
Mr. Best European Player next to Yuxo.
True.
Listen, I can't say that, but you can say
You're
that.
One of 3 European players I know, so.
True. And I'm at least top 3 in that.
You're at least better than Jambo, so.
Well, like, listen, he wouldn't say that, but I would.
So would also the results from Bristol last year.
You know, who's to say? I don't know, man. I have nothing to shout out. Well, it's not that I don't have no one to shout out. It's like I gave up content creation the moment it got started because
the sketches were funny.
The sketches were funny, but DaVinci just continued to not work. So I actually need to put some effort into.
We're going to build you an editing PC.
Yeah, that's the goal for this year, right? You can find me on Twitter. In the interim, I've started posting local results and making inflammatory opinions about whether a deck is good or not. 2D is still broken, guys. This deck didn't go anywhere. My tag is at my tag is at Trickster Trick 2. There I am.
That's from that was
from gaming.
The greatest 3v3 team to ever do it.
Oh, that 3v3 team. Adam showed up to work, clocked in 9 to 5, did his job, went home.
Yeah, we held Trix's brother hostage for 5 rounds.
You were fighting for your life against every deck, trying to get the second win, and there's me in the middle with Ganku X, Quartz, OTK.
Quartz OTK. Oh my god, I haven't thought about that in years.
Because the unlimited BT6 Savior Hookman, that card should not be off the ban list.
Yeah, Quartz does not have a once per turn when attacking, so if you accidentally make it restand, it burns.
Well,
everything.
like Quartzmon to level 7.
Yeah, man, he evolved it over Danku
Oh.
and then turned the whole board sideways and burned 5.
Oh,
so
you've not
bro.
seen
You've
the
not seen
list?
this?
No.
No, who kept up with UK Digimon before last year?
This-
Get real.
This
It was
list
just
was
us in
so
a corner.
fire. You know, this list was
Yep.
sick. Everyone would think it was Jesmon, and they would try playing around it, thinking it was Jesmon, and then he would make Ganku X, and then go Quartz. Our final round of Swiss, he's playing into
like, is your board immune to your own Quartz?
Yeah.
Or is it only opponents?
No, it doesn't matter. It's just
Oh,
like
it doesn't
you
matter.
go
This is
wide
before
enough.
Ganku X as well.
Yeah,
to be
this
fair.
is to
was
go
like
wide enough to
team format?
yeah.
Okay.
It's,
It was
14?
It was BT15. I'll tell you for why I know it's BT15. It's because BT16 was delayed, and we were planning on
Yes.
playing Magnet X, Rapid X, and then whatever Adam was going to play for that format. But then it got delayed. We were all proper bummed out. Andrew, on a flyaway comment, said, "Wouldn't it be funny if you took Quartz OTK?" And I looked at him dead in,
yeah, the
and I
big
said,
builder.
"Yes, we're doing that."
I ran Beelzemon. I had a Beelzemon red hybrid match that took longer than Trix's Quartzmon Setcon match because game 1 she just goes Kari, and Trix just goes, okay.
That's sick as hell.
I hit her for 3 checks unsuspend, and then the 1 check I hit was Rev of Light, and I go down to my cat. I was like, "Yeah, I can't be DP reduced until the end of your turn." Swing burn free.
Oh, that Ganku X. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh.
Evil list. Genuinely
is
some of
evil,
the most
yeah.
fun. And then I was just high rolling people on Beelzemon. Like I'd walk out to
course.
pray after every round. I'm like, let me kill another one.
Oh, that was that's my highlight for, was that 24?
I have
Yeah, that was
no idea.
2024. That was
Damn,
the
you
last
guys shut it
Digimon
up
game.
different, bro.
Yeah,
Well-
there's a gas leak in the kitchen.
We were doing
Anything.
some heinous things.
Anything.
The
for
European
content.
players don't like traveling to the UK because, like, for a long time it was like you have a 50-50 chance on playing the Mirage matchup or something you've never seen before in your entire life, and it's the least pleasant 45 minutes of your day.
You run into Johnny Lowe resolving green cards you've never seen
Johnny
before.
Lowe is he's one of the best green players in the history of this card game, but he plays on Shithead Island. No one cares. His average placement in 2024 was 8th. It's
That's a good point, yeah.
ridiculous.
If
no
we're
one
calling-
was that good.
If we're calling me one of the best players in Europe,
No
Johnny
one was
has
that
to be,
good.
Johnny has to be higher than me.
He went to
Is-
like 19 events that year, and his average placement was 8.
I've
He
never
won
seen.
like 5 Gallant Mons at those ulti cups. He just did it for fun.
Yeah.
The moment we had one at Games Expo, which is like a board game convention, he got
Mhm.
bored midway through round 3. He said I'd topped enough. He dropped and went to buy shit at the convention.
Oh my god.
Another
And
one
the dude he dropped to was Jambo. So Jambo went on a run at that event.
What a
Yeah,
chat.
anyway,
That's
we'll
sick.
get Johnny Lowe on the show one day because he is
Oh, that would
he's
be
like
such a
he's
treat.
UK Digimon royalty.
That's my goat.
That's Misplay for Game. Follow it on the platforms. Subscribe on YouTube. Be a channel member. You get to watch the bonus content really
Like us
early.
on Spotify.
Thank
or
you. Like us
whatever.
on Spotify. Shout out to the people who were commenting on stuff recently. We appreciate you. Check out the twitch.tv/KnTElixar, like we said earlier, because Andrew is going to pay out of his own pocket to cast and stream the event. So if you have Twitch Primes burning a hole in your pocket, you can make something happen to help that. Yeah, follow Moment Online. We'll post the stuff as well. Donkey Nog, I think the YouTube channel will be a collaborator thing. Andrew usually does that stuff.
Yep.
And yeah, we'll do the Boko next. So if you want to be a channel member, you can watch the Boko early. Thanks very much.
All right.
This is the bit where we say a catchphrase that I should have warned you about. I'm so sorry. Good luck, Momo. Baba Booey, baby.
Baba Booey.